Hello, and thank you for tuning in to Behind the Front Desk. We are sponsored by our good friends at Phaser Marketing. So let's be honest, either you own a small business or you know someone that does. Phaser Marketing offers a one-stop shop marketing team for your business. They stop you from wasting your valuable time trying to learn and juggle the core elements of marketing. If you want to focus more on what you do best, make sure to check out their website at phasermarketing.com. That's P-H-A-S-E-R marketing.com. And take your business to the next level.
It's that easy.
Hello there, everybody, and welcome to the podcast, which has yet to have a name yet.
TBD.
TBD, as you
determined.
can see. Kind of.
Nice. A little bit.
You look closely, you can.
Well, the front desk is mostly crossed out now.
Yeah.
Good enough.
Yeah. So now we are back. No name on the table yet. The name will appear eventually.
It's sometime, yeah, sometime.
So, what are we thinking for today?
Feels like a weird day.
It
Yeah,
does.
It's cold out. It's weird, yeah.
To be honest, I don't have much feeling.
Well,
towards
we
the
were
podcast
we were
today. Like, I
kind
don't
of
have,
thinking
like,
of
the
having a
same-
more
Chill.
relaxed, chill kind of podcast after
Yeah.
the
I
last
just
one.
I don't have like a lot that I'm like looking to fire in with today.
You know,
To be honest, just kind of has that feeling of a day.
Yeah, I agree. It's been a day.
Stressful day.
literally I looked forward to this all day.
Well,
Well,
see,
I mean,
stop
that's,
thinking about it.
You know,
I
that's,
agree with that too, but at the same time though, like I can acknowledge it was a stressful day. A lot happened at work, so
my thing that I got stressed with today was trying to edit the first 2 episodes and then knowing we were going to film again tonight, and I made myself very anxious about the first 2 episodes. And then I'm like, oh my god, here we go again. I'm like, I haven't even got anything edited yet, and we got another episode coming down the pipe, and I'm like,
Hey, we'll get there though.
I know we'll
there.
figure it out, but I just over stressed myself today by trying to get it all figured out
Yeah.
in under an hour.
Yeah.
Which is not.
Well,
Best use of my time.
once we get everything figured out, we'll have a few episodes kind of locked and loaded to throw out there while we're filming new ones. And I don't know, I think it will just give us a good kind of routine of having some backup episodes.
a good runway, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That we're not being forced into every single podcast, knowing that we have to make one and then also have one ready and be good.
Yeah, I would like to keep it where we got like at least an episode ahead.
Yep.
So we can keep peppering in material.
Pepper that in.
I did see that we have sound effects we can add,
Oh my.
but I don't want to try to do
Very
that.
interested.
Very.
We can test those out some other time.
I'm in.
Laser beam.
I like that. I'm peppering that in.
Well, so we did start talking about something before we started recording, which was horror movies.
No, Jesus.
Oh, I mean,
I will have no issue watching any of them with people, but I will never dare watch another one by myself. I did that when I was younger
No.
with Chucky at that point, which those aren't even scary movies at this point. They're almost
They're dumb.
comedic.
yeah.
I
But,
think they're
you know,
going
when
for
you're in,
more
like,
comedy.
I don't know, when I
honestly.
was in like 6th, 7th grade and I'm watching one, I see this doll that's literally wanting to kill people.
Oh,
Scarred me for life.
can I tell you? Yeah, that was one of the few movies where I saw it and I'm like, yeah, that's not getting watched by myself for a while.
Well, the thing is, too, is when I first saw it, like in our family room, I would sleep out there on weekends so I could stay up late. But I'd always have the hall light on it. And the doorway, it wasn't like a door, it was just kind of like a walkway. So I look, I turn the TV off, getting ready for bed, and all I can see is like the glare of the light from the hallway. And I'm sitting there like with one eye closed, and like, oh my God, I saw something move. Close my eye, kind of get back to it. And oh my God, I saw it again.
Yeah.
There's something there. It's Chucky. He's waiting for me. And to the
See-
point where I have so much anxiety that I eventually just like kind of pass out for the night.
Yeah, you stress
I-
yourself out so
I
much
don't
that you get
sleep
so
good.
tired
I
and
just
you
stress
just
myself
pass
out
out.
so hard that it's just like you need to sleep.
You
Oh,
good?
no,
you.
it's you. It's
After
you.
you,
You were
sir.
talking.
Someone
After
go.
you, sir.
Oh, I was just gonna say. Normally, those ones don't get to me. It's more ghosts or the serial killer ones that it's like after a while it's bending around
Well,
corners.
Chucky was a serial killer.
Yeah, but I mean, that one's I can punt his ass. It's one when it's a 6'2" guy.
Kind of feel
with-
like the movie showed that punting his ass wouldn't really solve anything
you-
except give you an
you-
extra minute.
I mean, if you punt him and then blast him, I'm perfectly fine with that. But
Wasn't there one that's literally about him rising back from the dead?
oh yeah, the second one.
Well, there's like
Case
7
in-
of them, isn't
case
there?
in point, then there you go.
Yeah, but the
Chucky,
second one they like
Well, you
the
get
Chucky
recreate.
Bride,
You get to
or
the
is
bride
Chucky
of
and
Chucky, and then you
Bride-
have the
Bride
seed of
Chucky,
Chucky, and
that's
it's at that point where this is just a comedy.
But the second, the first two, those,
Horrifying.
yeah, terrifying.
I don't really remember too much about the first. I only saw
Good.
like the comedy ones. Really.
Good.
Yeah, good. The scary movie that got to me, because my mom always told me stories about like the original one, and then there was the remake, and it's like When a Stranger Calls. I don't know if you guys ever
Yeah.
saw
I
those.
know I wouldn't have watched it, but I've definitely heard.
That one always got to me because like, God, I can't remember what it was. I think my parents were gone one night and something, and I just clicked onto it because I was like, oh, When a Stranger Calls. I remember like hearing about that. Clicked onto it. Immediately, I was home alone. Immediately, it's like the part of the movie where they figure out all the calls, because like throughout the movie, there's somebody that keeps calling the babysitter and like
Yeah.
saying like weird shit to her and stuff, and then eventually like she gets a call from the police that they track the phone call. They're like, the phone call is coming from inside the house. And that's the only part I jumped into of the movie. I turned it off immediately, but it was too late. The rest of my night, I grabbed all the cats, brought all the cats into my bedroom, and I just sat there and waited for my parents to get home because I was horrified. It's just such a scary thought.
Oh, someone in your house? Yeah, terrifying.
Well, it's like you're like, okay, well, there's this creep that's calling me, but it's like,
Yeah.
whatever. It's like he's probably somewhere not even close. And then
Yeah.
you figure out he's
I think I've
inside the
definitely
house.
seen trailer for it.
It's the original's pretty creepy. The newer, the
When was-
remake, the remake's kind of creepy too,
Yeah,
but
but not.
Well, what,
ain't no original.
when was the original made?
70s probably,
Yeah,
Oh my
I would
God,
say so.
okay.
because that was like because my mom told me the story about like when she was babysitting back in the day and she watched that movie, and like,
Well, that just seems dumb.
oh,
Yeah.
terrible idea. I don't know
Well,
what she was thinking.
Even the original Halloween gets me every now and then. I'll be like, God.
Well, that just makes you feel kind of like an upset stomach almost. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's just so like.
But it's so the thought is pretty realistic. Like someone on Halloween walking around in a mask, and like
Yeah.
no one's gonna pay attention to that person, and then all of a sudden that person's doing some wild shit, going crazy on other people, and then it hits you. It's like, oh my God,
This is definitely happening somewhere.
yeah, and it could happen to me, and then immediately it's like, it's time to assess every open window. Where's the easiest way to get into this house?
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, now I'm definitely not leaving here.
Yeah, literally. What do you guys think about with Halloween? Do you think that
You're talking about the movie or the holiday?
the movie.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you guys think about Halloween, the holiday though? But we'll get back to that. But,
love dressing up, love candy. What's not to love?
Do you think Michael Myers can be killed?
Oh yeah. They almost got him a couple times. They just never finish him off. Every movie they get him to the point, and then
But I
he
think
escapes.
I think we gotta like cut out all the random ones. Like you're cutting out like the Rob Zombie ones.
Oh,
like
yeah.
just going from like the original
Yeah.
like John Carpenter. Like that's pretty sure it's John Carpenter.
Yeah. Oh yeah. John
Okay.
Carpenter. Yeah.
I don't want to get that wrong.
No. Oh yeah. Awesome. He's
But,
great director.
oh,
Oh my
of
god,
course.
the thing.
Oh,
Well, the thing
awesome
is incredible.
movie.
Okay,
Yeah.
but we're
Kurt
gonna
Russell.
stay on Halloween for a second. But the only thing is that I just wonder if he like can be killed, because there's certain things that people write about him and say that he's like pure evil,
Yeah.
and you can't
Yeah.
really kill pure evil. And like at the end of the newest movie, spoiler alert, he's in a basement that's on fire,
Mhm.
and he's been shot a couple times, and
Stabbed a few times.
Yeah.
In the head with the frying pan. And
Yeah.
You don't die.
so that's where I'm wondering, like, do you think he can die, or do you think he will die in the newest like trilogy at some point, or do you
I would
think
think so. I would think so. I think that he would die, and they would transfer it to someone
I was
else.
gonna say, I think it almost depends on how it's written. Like, you talk about how he is pure evil and not just a man. So if he is just a man, that's understandable. Eventually, yeah, he can take a lot more damage, but eventually you can kill him. But if he is this pure evil, Well, let's say you get rid of the physical body. Well, pure evil is just gonna go somewhere
Oh,
else.
sorry, Dennis is calling.
Oh,
I mean, it doesn't
Dennis
really matter.
system.
Maybe turn your sound off.
Oh, I'm sorry. Some of
okay.
us have important things going on, and I will turn it off now.
But
Okay.
the only
But,
argument.
but do you,
Oh,
do you
yeah.
know? Sorry, do you know what I mean though?
Yeah.
Like it's almost like it's this. It's not even this body. The body is doing the actions, but it's not the body that's actually doing things. It's this pure evil entity that's doing it. So if you do take away the physical body, well, what stops it from just going to somewhere else?
So you're saying that?
I think it'd just be one take on it at least.
Yeah. The only thing that I'm not sure about, because in the newest one, when he there's that cool tracking shot of him coming back to Halloween, and he goes through multiple houses and kills
Yeah.
3 different people or something. He passes up a baby though.
Mm-hmm.
And do you think he would kill that if he was pure evil, or is
See,
that
and that's another good way because I think if it is pure evil, absolutely.
then he wouldn't even
Yeah.
think about it basically.
See, and I'm a big fan of Halloween, so it's one.
Seen
The movie,
I've
correct?
seen all the.
Yes, well, both,
I
but
think I've seen all the original ones 30 times strictly because of him. Because that was the thing is on weekends I'd go stay at his house and you had basically 4 choices: Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, or
random,
a random. And then it's
Yeah.
from those, what movie of that series do you
Yeah.
want?
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing, especially on the original one, is that he only goes after people who are deserving to die. So it's people smoking weed, getting drunk,
Yeah.
having
That's
premarital.
a whole.
Yeah, and so that's one of those things where it's a baby obviously isn't guilty of anything. Where it's everyone
Maybe it's
else.
a symbol of pure innocence.
Yeah, exactly. Where it could just be that he is pure evil and looks at it as well, that's not something that's wronged anything. But who knows? I mean, I think he can die. I think if they really got him, someone real, put enough into him, I think he can.
Oh
die.
yeah, absolutely.
Do you think there's anything spiritual going on though?
I feel like there has to be. No, I don't believe it's the stupid curse of whatever that they try to put in through the other movies, but
Well, yeah, I wouldn't even. That's why I'm not counting those. I'm counting the first 2, and then the current trilogy, because the newest movie
Yeah.
that came out was supposed to erase everything
Yeah.
except for the
Like
original.
all
2
of Rob
movies.
Yeah.
Zombie's ones.
Yeah, it,
Well,
got rid
oh,
of. Yeah,
it cuts out number 2, number 4, number 5, number 6.
basically it cuts all those out, and it
Yeah.
goes back to the original John Carpenter story.
They've had a crazy amount of storylines in that one, though.
Yeah.
Crazy amount. That's one of the few movie, things-
Franchises?
Yeah, franchises. Thanks.
Yeah, there you go.
That has a very convoluted timeline. Number 1 and 2 go into 3, 4, or 4, 5, 6, 7, and they continue. But then 1 and 2 only go into H2O, and then it's so weird that there's 3 or 4 different timelines in a movie franchise. Most try to go straight down. That one they just switch out so much that it's hard to know. I mean, it's hard to, if you take a snippet out of one and put it into the newest one, how does that apply? But if you go off the first 2, I mean, everything that is in the new movie applies perfectly, because it
Yeah.
is literally, honestly, the best sequel to any of the.
The newest one?
Oh,
Is that what
yeah.
you're saying? Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
incredible.
I mean, even
So good.
the number 2 is pretty fucking terrifying, though. The thought of being in a hospital by yourself, it's
Yeah.
empty on a Halloween. They have some long ass tracking
Well, not even
shots
on
of the
Halloween,
hallways.
just empty in general.
Oh yeah, but I mean, it's the fact everyone else is busy having fun. It's you just got attacked, and now he's coming back after you, and now you realize oh, our phone lines have been cut. No one knows where any of the other nurses are or where the doctors are.
Yeah.
And then it's now you're in a fight for your life. Again. So it's a very good franchise, but it's the best. It's number 1 for horror, in my opinion.
Yeah, I could kind of agree with it being up there with one of the most influential
That's-
characters and
Yeah.
Well, and I think that, I mean, definitely is, in terms of, you look at other, at that point, Jason, Freddy Krueger, you look at those compared to Michael Myers, and Michael Myers is the most realistic one there is.
Mm-hmm.
And the
you know.
cool thing about his mask, you guys know what his mask actually is?
Yeah, William Shatner.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
old Captain Kirk.
Yeah, dude, it's
it's
so
cool.
It's such a terrifying thing.
Oh
though.
my God, it's
oh,
horrifying.
so terrifying because he doesn't speak at all of the first movie at all. There's
Yeah.
not a single line that he says. So the whole thought of just a wordless human being going crazy on
Literally just walking around, just kind of like.
Yeah. Here's a knife into your chest. That's it. I'm gonna strangle your friend over here, and I'm gonna hide, wait for other people to come, and attack them.
Yeah, I think that's what always kind of got me about the Halloween series was it felt the most realistic. I mean, ultimately, if you take away that pure evil sense to it, it's really just a very big, strong man that's lost his mind and can definitely. I mean, you've seen other movies where just big guys can. I mean, one bullet's not stopping them, and then you get this guy who's being blasted by shotguns and axes thrown into him, and he's just kind of like, "Huh, okay, well, I'm gonna keep going here."
Yeah.
That's more like Rob Zombie's take on it,
Well,
right?
I don't even know if like his take involves an axe being thrown into him. I just mean like in terms
Yeah, but
of,
I mean like as just like a really big, like
Yeah.
almost unstoppable
Yeah.
like character.
yeah,
more
that
like
was
yeah,
more
Rob
Rob
Zombie.
Zombie's.
Which is
one.
sad because it destroys a lot of the
It takes
original.
away a lot of
Yeah.
the lore.
I just
around
mean,
that
it's,
stuff.
but even through the originals, one bullet's not stopping him. It might stun him, but he can take a few before he's even really paralyzed for a moment. He's able to take a lot of damage before he has to maybe back away for a moment.
Well,
I
only-
mean, like, and he's pretty sizable, in,
Yeah.
like the new one and stuff too.
Yeah.
'cause,
He's pretty big.
he's
The-
huge.
the
But
only-
it's like I don't know.
Yeah. The only thing with me in those movies, I am always like, shoot him again, stab him again.
Yeah.
It's like keep going.
One in the head to make sure. He's
Oh,
dead.
2 or 3 in the head. Like I would keep shooting. Like I would make.
But
the
you also
police
can't do
stop
that in
me.
horror
Why you
movies.
always do
Otherwise,
the
there's
double
like
tap.
then. But it's like if they do that, then you have to make them spiritual and like stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Because
Yeah.
that's the thing I'm probably like about Halloween the most is that they don't really. Like for the main ones that we're talking about, if we ex-nay like all the other ones, it's
Yeah.
like they really don't ever get into if he's like spiritual or not. Like you don't ever have
It's
to like
just a big
yeah,
man
it's like you don't
that's
really-
gone crazy.
you never really know because they never show him die. They never
Yeah.
show really how bad he's hurt.
No.
He's just back all
It's
of a sudden.
like
But
what
so
you,
you never
what
really
you
know.
see on his jumpsuit and his mask. That's all you really
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
But I can tell you though, some of those sequels have some of the best moments in the entire franchise history.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't know. I haven't watched all
Dude.
I haven't watched all of them.
Like
You're probably the most
Oh.
credible on what's
Yeah.
happened in them.
let me tell you, number 4 has just a shot of the school, and again, it's a school.
Yeah.
It's only this kid and the doctor, and of course Michael's there.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things where it's like it is a terrifying thought to be at school by yourself. No one else is around, and it's just
Oh, school by yourself? Horrifying.
yeah,
I don't know why
terrifying.
it's so scary. It's like
Yeah.
a hospital by yourself.
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly. It's like they amp it up. Now, obviously, the great travesty of that one is that dude looks so weird when he's as Michael, and the mask is horrible.
Oh, it's disgusting.
Now, and that's the great
gotta
sin
look-
of
I gotta
that.
look this
You
up.
gotta look
The
mask up.
great sin of that movie is had they just put on the original
Well,
mask.
didn't they change his mask like
Like-
another time as
like
well?
7 or
Like,
8
I say there was
dude,
multiple
it's
times where he
n-
had a different mask.
number
That wasn't the original.
well, the second movie, it was kept under one of the producers' beds for like 3 or 4 years. She just chain smoker, so it looks yellowish.
Ooh.
You know.
Is this the? Is that,
Yeah.
is that
Oh,
the
dude,
one
it's
for-
terrible. but it has some of the best moments though, dude. Some of the most like
well, I mean, that's still
Yeah.
horrifying.
yeah.
But
Oh, the 5th movie also has some terrifying ass moments because there's scenes where like she's walking around the house and he too is in the house, and you can see him like standing in the back, like just chilling, not saying anything, but you know what's coming.
well, I think
Yeah.
that's the one thing that like Halloween, like sets them apart really well is the cinematography of how they frame shots.
Yeah.
And the multiple shots in like the first movie, she'll be walking down the street, and like you just see like Michael standing,
It'll
and,
just be like
in a
partially
yard,
hid by
yeah,
a
in the
bush, but
background.
just
Yeah.
standing, just
and then when
staring.
she looks back, he's gone.
Yeah.
And it just works because it's so like it's that feeling that everybody has like when they walk by themselves at
Like
night
you're
or
being
something.
watched.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you always feel like you're being watched.
Someone's watching you. Yeah.
And then, of course, this movie just plays on that and confirms that there is somebody watching
Not only
you.
confirms that there is someone watching, but that they are fast enough to where by the time you look, they're gone.
Yeah,
They're
it's
somewhere else watching
horrifying.
you again.
and that movie does have an awesome cameo of another good movie, The Thing from Another World. Awesome
yeah.
movie. Awesome movie.
The
That-
Thing from Another World.
Dude,
It's like the
so
original
cool.
of The Thing.
Yeah. So cool, dude.
Interesting.
It's a black and white movie.
Yeah,
It's
but it's
really old.
But it takes place on like Air Force Base. They get the like alien out of the ground, and then they find the saucer. That tends to be the most famous shot of the entire movie. Is
Yeah.
they make a circle and they're like, it's a flying saucer.
Oh, I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what movie you're talking about.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's a I love when they show that in both movies. I love that.
No, that is cool. I should watch this movie again.
It is very
Yeah, I've
good.
seen it though.
Mm.
Okay.
Long time ago.
Yeah, it's a good movie, but yeah, that's just the one thing about Halloween though. It does play on the fear where it's like, hey, this guy's creepy as hell, and you feel like you're being watched. And I feel like almost everyone has that kind of thought, even though you know someone's not in your house.
Everyone's gotta.
You feel like there might be someone in my house right now. You know?
Well, and I wonder like if that feeling sometimes is like warranted, like if they're, because I mean like we are designed to like know, like through evolution we are designed to like know when a predator is
Yeah.
watching us.
Yeah.
And we can like kind of sense that.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if, in a sense, we can, like when we get that feeling,
Yeah.
it is actually for a reason, or if it's
That's why as soon as I get that feeling, every single light in the house is going on.
Well, that and I get out old trusty, and I
Oh, absolutely.
especially if I know that I'm by myself. It's like I know only one person's coming home, and they're not gonna go through the window. It's like, hey, old trusty's coming out, and I'll let her rain on someone. I'll let her rock. I mean,
there's been a few times here at this house where you guys have all been gone, and I get that feeling. I grab just like a bat or something, and every window, my room, kitchen, Dad's room, Mike's room, your room, I go and I'm like, is this thing locked? It is. Okay.
yeah.
Let's check under here. I've still got that feeling. All right, check somewhere else. Check the Harry Potter room. I just check everything.
Well, you also lock the front door when you shower.
If I'm by myself, absolutely.
Oh, that's the moment I walk into my apartment. The first thing I do, it doesn't matter if I have a whole bunch of shit in my hands. I'll set it down and lock the door. It's like I make a point of it, A, because I don't want anyone coming in, but B,
It might be, I don't know, it might be the way I look at it, but apartment I understand.
Yeah.
Because it's like
people try a lot of doors. People get
yeah,
the wrong apartment.
I feel like
and they
there's
go
things
try
going.
it,
I feel
you
like
know.
there's weirder things that happen in apartments.
But-
It's like here, it's like you're probably not gonna
Oh, it's a
accidentally
very small,
walk
minimal
in.
thing.
Yeah,
But then again, Brady and Sam also did it to the neighbors twice.
Yeah.
that's true.
Granted, yeah, they're two just dumb 20-year-olds that were just looking for their buddy's house to drink at. But what if they're not?
Yeah. see, even at my
That's
dad's
true.
house.
I mean, it's
even
it's,
Well, and somebody did apparently walk in here randomly. and
case
talk-
in
and
point.
talk to
Thankfully, Dad
yeah.
was home. But like, let's say no one's home,
yeah,
or let's say that I'm home and I'm in the shower. Hello. Well,
no one's here.
right-minded person go. I think this is the wrong house. I don't
Yeah.
recognize anything. But one weird-minded person. Huh? Do. I'm going
Yeah,
in.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, no,
Unless I know that you guys are like if you guys aren't home, it's just me. Unless I know that like you guys are out doing something, you'll be home. But if you guys are like out of town, most of the time that door is locked.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, and I agree with that
Yeah.
for sure
I'm
too.
just chances are so minimal, most likely, but it's never zero.
But yeah,
so
but if
I'm
it gives you
always
peace of
gonna- it's
mind
a
at
huge
all,
peace of
it's
mind.
then it's worth it. But
yeah, see, and that's with me. Even at my dad's house, like if I were to ever shower, and I know he was at the casino or whatever doing something, that door's locked. That door is locked, and it's one of those things that it's like,
Yep.
I ain't gonna risk it. I'd rather be overly cautious than under cautious
Oh,
and
absolutely.
have it go bad. Because most people are coming into a house, they ain't there for most of the time they ain't there to steal your shit. They're
See-
there to do some wild shit to you.
To me, it's obviously a huge peace of mind, but to me, it's also just it's a common sense thing. Like
Mhm.
I value my life more than just taking a few seconds just to go downstairs, lock the door real quick.
yeah,
It-
well,
I
that was the other night when middle of Warzone we were playing, and
Oh,
we
absolutely.
get that freaking on our window.
Yeah,
Who was it?
we don't know.
We don't know. They've
Well,
done it before.
It
to the
happened,
window.
a few months ago where we were all four sitting downstairs and like 4 different times. It must have just been a bunch of kids who would come by the window, and you can kind of see through the blinds, see that we're playing, would knock on the window and run.
Yeah.
So like after the second, like I think the second time they did it, every one of us, like, well, except for me, I took a few seconds, but everyone, as soon as they heard it, bolted outside to go find them, and for like the next half hour, we just sat there waiting for them to do it again. And
never
all
came
were
back.
like, we had one person up against the door here ready to pop out. I was standing guard in Dad's room above or looking through the window.
This was at the beginning of like November.
Yeah.
So, and this is the only other time that it's happened, which was this past
2
weekend.
weeks ago? Something
It
like
was
that?
just this past.
2 weeks
It was
ago.
Saturday. It was this past Saturday, I think.
Like the one that just happened 3 days ago? It was at least last weekend.
Yeah. Okay.
This
Last weekend. Yeah.
But we were just sitting there playing, and when you ding dong did someone or knock, you're kind of like do real quick.
Mhm.
This was this was like a hammer, just doom, doom, and this is like, oh my god.
Yeah. Like it sounded like it could have broke the window.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So as soon as it happened, Reno was kind of like looking out.
Oh,
and then as soon as he stopped, he bolted up the stairs.
Yeah,
All you
I
hear
was-
is that click.
I was like shaking because I literally my headphones
Yeah.
like flew off. Like it was like because I mean we were deep into the game and then
Yeah.
and I immediately looked and every time you like when that's happened to us, I look up to see who it's gonna be, like expecting to see a face, but there's never anybody there.
No.
So it's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
I don't really like it very much.
But the cool thing was, as he was doing that, we were in the house in Warzone. We got a dub.
We did
I
that
was
same
gonna say,
game.
I was gonna
So
say.
suck on that.
Yeah. They tried and they failed. We got the dub.
Yeah, I think it woke up our senses even
Oh,
more. We were,
him and me were both on the edge of the seats,
Yeah.
shaking, just.
but
pure
couldn't
adrenaline
even
going.
celebrate the dub because I had to run and go lock the door. 'Cause
Yeah.
I
Oh,
was-
that's what it was.
Yeah, we couldn't even celebrate the dub. So they did rob us of that.
As I'm sitting there just trying to release, just oh god,
Yeah.
bolting, running up the stairs to go lock the door, and it's just like, huh.
And then Matt came home. Oh, that was the other thing. So this is what made it even creepier because it happened. He didn't get that worked up right away
Mhm.
because he just figured it was Matt. And
Oh, that's right.
and because you were like, oh, it's probably just
because it was a loud pound, and kind of like, oh my god, what was that? So I knocked on the window, and I'm like, well, it was probably Matt, and he goes, probably. Wait, he also just texted me. He wasn't coming home. He went out to go have a few drinks with friends, and I sat just kind of like,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah, he said he was. I was told Z-Man. He just texted me. He just finished work and he's at a bar with friends. Like just basically sent me a
Yeah.
picture and I'm like, so that wasn't him for
Yeah.
sure.
See, that's why like if I'm at my mom's house and I like have to stay there, I always leave a light on. Like I leave a couple lights on because I feel like people are a little more apt to not do shit like that.
Well, yeah, like let's say,
But I mean, all of our lights were on.
Oh,
in the
but
house,
I've-
though.
Like
except
no,
for downstairs, but basically,
Yeah, but the whole upstairs is
Oh, it was
lit.
completely
and,
really okay.
and that's where it's kind of surprising that whoever did it had enough like gumption to want to do something like that because it's all the lights are on upstairs and they know 4 people live in the house and only 2 TVs are playing Warzone.
Yeah.
So if it's the same people who did it before, they know 2 people are unaccounted for.
I
Granted, 2
just
vehicles
don't-
are gone, but
I just don't think it was the same. This was a different one.
See, and
well,
that's
don't creep me out.
I'm
Now,
sorry.
now you're getting me
I'm
worried.
sorry.
see,
but
and
this
I'm
is-
hoping it's
Like
the same.
this is one where you
That's-
hear it. Like this
yeah.
is like a Halloween movie where you hear it, you step outside, and that is out
yeah.
there
See,
waiting.
see, that's why like I at my dad's house, someone knocked on the door once, and I was the only one home, and he's like wasted. He's like, "Can I just walk through your house?" And I like,
Oh, I remember you telling me this.
and I looked at him. I'm
Whoa,
like,
whoa. Okay, back,
Oh, this
back,
is
back,
a weird story.
back.
yeah,
This, I get this from the beginning.
This drunk ass dude. This is it's like.
What, set the what? So you're at home alone.
Set
Home
set
Alone.
Set the whole thing.
scene,
And
set
Yeah.
the
and of
scene.
course I have the door locked because I ain't stupid. I have the door locked, light on. I have like the underneath cabinets in the kitchen on, like the living room light on because I'm the type of person like I like the light. Who doesn't? And
Well,
I
we
think
just talked about why we have lights on
Yeah.
because
yeah, and I think I was
disturbs
downstairs or I
people.
was coming upstairs. It was something weird, but I got a knock on the door, and I know like
knocks on the door at night
Yeah.
when you're home alone.
Oh,
Not for
I
me.
never
and
answered.
Not
the
for me, boss.
And I could tell you too. Like,
I didn't order pizza.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I could tell you for the most part, like if I'm home alone, I know no one's coming. It's like I keep a gun on me. Like I'm just that paranoid about shit. So
Well, again though, but that's just not even. I mean, it's paranoia, but it's also just you value your life more than.
yeah,
It's just playing it safe.
yeah. And so like of course I'm like walking up, and I hear it, and I'm like, that's not what I think that is. And I heard it again. Of course, there's a dude like standing there, backpack and all, just wasted. And it's like probably 1:30 in the morning, and it took a lot for me not.
Did you like? You could see this through the window.
Yeah,
Okay.
because my dad's back door is
It's like our
glass.
screen.
It's like glass pane.
Just
You
a
can
sliding glass door.
Oh,
So
no,
it's like our
not-
deck door?
It's not sliding. No, it actually has a lock. It's
But it's like that size, and it's got the big window next to it, and then just opens.
So wait, so he was at your back door?
Yes. So like you had to walk.
That's even
through
worse.
Yeah, walk through the garage, and this dude's stand there, and of course, like I like see it, and I like lean over, and you can't really see in, because the lights aren't like so bright that you can see in. But I like looked over, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then immediately I'm like, and of course like he knocks again. And I was like, okay, this is bullshit. So I cranked the door.
bullshit.
Of course, I have the old heater next to me. It's like
The old heater.
yeah, it's like
I like
it's like don't do anything wild, dude, because it's like I hate to tell you again, I value my life more than I value your life. That's a natural thing. So I'm like standing there, and he's like, "Hey man, can I cut through your house?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "Is this?" Or I think he asked. He's like, "Is Michelle or some name?" And I'm like, "No." He's like, "They're not here." I'm like, "They don't live here." He's like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Oh, okay." And I'm like, "Okay, leave." And he's like, "Well, can I just walk through your house?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "Get off my porch." And I didn't motion or anything. I'm like, "Get off my fucking porch." I'm like, Go out, like leave. And he like kind of froze there for a second, and he's like kind of like looking around, and it's like, dude, don't make me step out of this fucking house right now. Because if I step out, I'll just point at you and be like, get the fuck off my property. If you don't leave, I was like, I'll do it. Like, I'll do it right now and just throw a knife at you. Like, throw a knife on the ground, be like, he came at me with a knife,
Well, that's
is-
wild.
Yeah.
Now we're talking about framing people.
Well, I mean, but again, you have to also, you look at it,
Whoa.
it's probably early summer. It's 1:00 in the morning. Dude's pissed drunk. I mean, maybe not pissed drunk, but he was drunk enough to not know where he was. And so, I was like, I don't trust anyone for the most part. I don't trust generally anyone. So it's one of those things that, yes, I'm wearing the trust nobody shirt right now too. Yes, but
Is that what you're hinting at?
no,
Did not see that at all.
no, but
already
I
read
mean,
his
well,
right
it's
issue multiple times. Didn't
you
even
you
comment
two
or
people
think
are
of it.
different because I don't trust you to do anything wild towards me.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things when you don't know someone. I was like,
Okay, well, yeah, for good reason, you're not going to be trusting somebody.
yeah,
Not in today's
If
day.
you're
Just
at
showing
home,
up,
we already
showing
talked
up,
about
yeah.
how we get paranoia. That's because of all these movies we've watched. And we always assume this person that's going to come to our door
yeah,
in the middle of the night
yeah.
is going to be trying to do something crazy.
Yeah. So either way, this
So
guy-
you're
I was
prepared.
I was
You're
amped.
ready.
I was amped to like a 9, And so this person walks down my stairs. And instead of walking through the way he came, he decided to cut through my grass, hop the fence, which is again probably chin high on this guy. And it's
The one in the backyard.
yeah, and it's like
it's a decent
it makes
high
like a
fence.
U. So like obviously the posts have like probably 7 or 8 inches higher than the middle part. He goes like halfway up, and like I could see him struggling. I like open the door. I'm like, dude, walk through the thing. And he's like, well, it's easier to do this. And I was just like,
What's
oh,
the thing? Just the gate?
gate.
through the gate. I'm like,
Okay.
just walk through the gate. It's 4 times easier than.
I thought this was about to get really creepy because I thought you were about to say this like really tall fence. I thought he was just gonna jump over it. Clearly, because he's not drunk at this point, so
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna be pretending
no.
to be
So
drunk.
he like
I
gets
thought this story
no.
would get
He
somewhere
like
else.
he gets over, and I like physically watched him from the dining room, like literally like stumbling. He like stood and stared at my house. And it's like either this guy's really drunk, or he's a very good actor. But at that moment, it's like, dude, leave. It's like I have no problem doing something wild and be like, hey, I thought some bad shit was happening,
Well, let's not get back on trying to.
Well, no, I mean, I would never frame someone. I wouldn't even who really wants to go wild with the
I
heater,
know, I'm
But
just saying.
at the same time, though,
The
it's like
heater.
when
I just love the name.
when
the heater.
when you are fired up to that level where it's like nothing else matters other than what you're dealing with right in front of you. And again, it's like I had no idea if he had other people with him. I had no idea. So it's one of those like I'm not gonna risk it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure I go home, go to bed, and then of course I told my dad, and he goes, "Why did you answer the door? You should have just fucking yelled at him and been like, get the fuck off before I shoot." It's like, yeah, it's a good idea, but at the same time, it's like, yeah, until he throws a brick through the window, and now we don't have a back door. He's like, yeah, that's true. So, yeah, that was one of the few moments where I can tell you I was real amped. You know, I've had some other moments at work that, whew, I mean, I can tell you it's the moment you sit down in your car, you're like, okay, I'm gonna go back to the office and hang out for an hour or two and not do anything else.
Yeah. We're going to take a quick break.
Yeah.
We're back.
We're back.
But
Should we get back onto horror movies though?
We didn't really leave, to be
No,
honest.
I know. It's
we
but
went from
more
horror
fears.
movies to horror stories
Yeah.
and fears.
Yeah, exactly.
Which we got to get off the fear thing though, because we just had a whole thing of
But-
fears.
Maybe our whole thing is just fear.
Maybe.
Because maybe we're just some scared boys at the...
Oh, for
Paranoid.
sure.
Yeah.
I'm a bigger fan of the word paranoid than scared. Because I'm not really scared of a whole bunch. It's just I'm more paranoid. Like, I understand. People go crazy. Crazy shit happens in this world.
Yeah.
You know, it's one of those things for me that, you know, if I'm walking into the church and it's pretty desolate around, it's, you know, you get that,
See,
you get that shoot down your spine, like, ooh,
I was
some
kind of
weird stuff
thinking
are
about
happening.
that, like when you guys were like, because I know we talked about like an empty hospital kind of thing. And you were talking about like then empty school where it's just really creepy. I was kind of thinking like that is literally almost like unless it's my own house, I mean, you know what, you're comfortable with it, but like any other place, if it's empty, you're horrified.
Well, I
store. If anything is empty and you're not familiar fully with that place,
Yeah.
I'm instantly freaked out.
I think it's also like places...
Like even
that
even at the gym. When
Yeah.
I'm close,
Oh, dude.
all those nights I worked out
worked
at the
there
gym,
for 4
hated
years.
it.
4 years of working there and closing how many nights? Every
Terrifying.
time. Oh, horrifying.
I just, like, that was my thing. Like, I was always the person, like, when I was closing, I'd look out and see how many cars were still there.
Oh,
see, like,
absolutely.
to know, like, if there was, you know, if you saw people, like, talking, it's one thing. But if there's just a single car sitting there, it's like, I might wait a minute or two, see if this person leaves. If not, it's like, I'm busting my ass to my car. I'm going to fire in there
Well, I
and
think
leave.
that's why I always, especially like when it was like more fall, early spring, where it's still it's still dark out by the time you get done, even on like the weekends when it was earlier.
Well, especially
Like,
winter and stuff too.
Yeah,
but
when you know it's dark at 5, but when you're closing, like I would always like, let's say we were closing at 9, about 8:45. You know, I know people are still in there. I would run out, grab my car, bring it up to the front.
Yeah.
Knowing that like I'll still keep my head on a swivel, but as soon as those lights go off and that door is shut, I at least have just a 4-foot walk right to my car. That's
Yeah.
either on
that
and
now
running and
definitely
locked.
has somebody in the back seat because you left it running with the doors
Yeah.
unlocked.
Well, I always lock my
That
doors.
startled me.
That did get me, too. Like, first thing there, I was like, what the
It
hell?
sounded like someone was pounding on the door.
Yeah.
Now I got my
But-
nerves have shot through the ceiling again.
But
I'm
I
shaking.
I would always do that, or if it was just it's maybe colder out, but it's fine then. I'll
Yeah.
deal with the cold car for a moment, but
Yeah.
that car is coming up close. That way, head's still on a swivel, but I'm only walking short.
Well, the
walk.
thing for me, when you're in the gym, like I'd be really excited. I'm like, okay, I'm closing tonight. I'm just gonna stay after and I'm gonna work out, and stuff. And I always put headphones in because it kind of drowns everything out. So,
Yeah.
you're kind of cool. Like you're chilling as whatever you're doing and stuff. But when you take the headphones out, it's pretty eerie in there.
Dude.
It's quiet.
Oh, well,
It's too quiet.
It's just such an open space where it's like it shouldn't feel that bad because there's a whole bunch of stuff. But at the same time, it's like you get that tingle and you're like, God, how would I be able to tell if someone's not still here? Like again,
And
you're
there's
just-
too many
in the gym,
windows.
so
yeah.
many windows and so many just ledges that people could hide between.
Mhm.
Like, do you ever
Just ain't cool.
Did you ever have someone show up at the gym when it was closed? When you were
Yeah.
working out?
a few times. Yeah, people
Like where they came in
Like
the door.
there was one time because you know where the cable machines were.
Yeah.
You have the mirrors and then right next to it's a lot of
The
the
window,
window. So I remember I was sitting there one night, headphones in. I was just doing.
You're grinding.
I was just grinding. I had the music in. Just like I'll get a quick workout, empty gym, and I'm sitting there just doing what is it, cable pulls,
yeah,
whatever.
flies?
flies. Yeah.
flies, and
You can
all
tell he hasn't done it in a
Yeah.
while.
it's been a few years now. Cable
Me
flies.
neither. Don't worry. So
And
we're good.
all of a sudden, just dun right on the window, and it
yeah.
was enough to spark me, So I look up and there's a guy right there, and he's sitting there pointing at the door, and I'm like, no,
not tonight, pal.
no.
Yeah, no.
And then I tried going through like kind of talking to them, like we're closed here, and he's like, yeah, come to the window, or to the door, so for some reason I'm like, all right, just go there, crack the door just slightly, and he's y'all open? No, we're not. He walked
Yeah.
away, but it's horrifying.
That's one of those where it's like, nope, staff member working out, like we're allowed to close the door.
Yep.
Yeah, and I won't even open it for him.
Oh no,
I
I
don't
would,
know
why
I would just
didn't
walk
either.
away. I would walk away.
I think it was just because he was not like leaving, or maybe didn't get what this meant. But yeah.
I basically just
I left the gym after that. After like 5 minutes of sitting there, just kind of waiting, make sure he was enough far away or gone.
There's been a few times in the
gone.
gym where I just kind of all of a sudden got like a weird feeling, and whenever I get that kind of weird feeling, I'm like,
Deuces.
there feels like a reason in my head that
Yeah.
that the reason why I'm getting that weird feeling. So I always
Absolutely.
peace out. Then I'm like, I'm not even gonna enjoy the rest of this workout because I'm already
No,
on
your
edge.
mindset's shattered at
Yeah,
that
so I
point.
just I might as well leave, and then I always just peace out then because I'm like,
Well, the weirdest,
and that's like
weirdest
anywhere
ones
I'm
were
at.
too when like you'd sit there working out when it's closed in. People aren't coming to the door or anything, but people are like in a parking lot, like they got their lights on, they're sitting there just chilling in the parking lot. It's like probably just meeting up, but in my head, I'm about to get just jumped.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing that, too, for us. It's like if we're afraid of that, I mean, there's a reason why we never let any of the girls take the trash out.
Oh, absolutely not.
Because if we're terrified of our members, it's like the girls that work there would get hit on every single night by these guys.
Consistently.
And
and it's the same.
And it was
it's
weird.
Yeah.
Same dudes, and it would always be creepy stuff. And it's like, dude, you're coming here to work out. First of all, you can already tell they're uncomfortable because you said something. Now it's like you keep trying to push it. It's like, leave. And after a while, it's like, hey, man. It's like, okay, cool, sounds good. And you would like be like, hey, we're going to go do a walkthrough, like, to get her out of there. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, it always was one of those things when girls would close. It's like, it's like, I can close tonight. Like, I'll stay the extra hour. Like, you go. Like, go. If you need me to, I'll make sure you get to your car. Like, I'll even walk out. I don't care. I'll leave the desk open. That does not matter.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter to me. And I was
Their
asked.
safety matters so much more than this
Yeah.
place having a person standing behind
Oh,
the desk.
there
And
was-
I don't care
for
about
more
the place.
for another 20 seconds.
When I did the overnights, there was probably 5 or 6 times in that 9-month span where like a girl like would tap me on the shoulder and be like, "Hey, could you walk me out? Like I'm kind of worried about this person. Like they seem to be following me."
it's
and
no question, it's absolutely.
Yeah, it's like give me a minute. It's like I'll be out, and then like that person will be like 2 minutes later. It's like, hey man, it's like, were you following that person? It's like, no. It's like, well, she said something to that effect. So like, if you're doing it again, we'll kick you out. We'll cancel your membership. You can find somewhere else, but don't be doing anything weird.
That's where you just don't want anybody to feel uncomfortable while they're there, and you don't want anyone to actually be afraid to walk out to their car.
Let me tell you though, those overnights sometimes, wow, just sitting on the edge.
I mean, we've all worked those overnights. You for sure the most, but
yeah, those.
I mean,
Some of them were.
I got put through the shredder
Yeah.
and then the first few months when I worked there because
Yeah.
I was also, whenever you start somewhere new, or at least I am that way, it's always like you say yes to everything basically when you're a new employee.
Yep.
Oh, can you cover this overnight? Yeah, of course.
Can you work a 24-hour shift?
Yeah, and I was like
Sure.
part-time and I had like a 60-hour week starting out there right away, and I was like, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I was like, oh boy. But those overnights, go back. You were gonna say it too. I think I know what you're about to say.
They just
but-
get you. I mean, like, because you might want to go eat it. It's 2 a.m. You're going to eat the one thing you brought, and then like you bring the iPad.
Yeah, it never is any good.
No, even if
it's
it is good, you're just trying to pound it in because you're not. You don't want to leave the gym open. Because I just, I always have that thought. It's like, what if the cameras malfunction right now and 8 people walk in and all of them are looking to do bad shit, like rob me or kill me, and then it's like immediately like just starts building in there. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go back to the front. I'll go back to the
I'm gonna
front.
go back where I'm on camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, there was a lot of weird nights and stuff, and that was another like eerie feeling you just was there during the overnights because
You're by yourself, yeah.
you
There's
just
no one to talk
randomly
to.
bad, scary thoughts pop into your head of like someone just comes into the gym right now like looking to do something wild. It's like there's nothing stopping them from swinging that door open and just coming in.
Blazing.
Yeah, blazing.
Yeah.
Is a good way to put
I
it.
mean, I watched. This was a terrible mistake by me, but I watched the like Ted Bundy like tape series
at
Oh,
work.
that was a
at work
great
at the
series.
desk.
That's a
It was like
brutal idea.
it was like it was like the
Huh,
third
I'm
night.
alone and no one knows where I am. Let's
Well,
watch this.
I was
It's
watching.
3 a.m, so you watch
Yeah,
Ted Bundy
yeah.
tapes.
I put on Netflix. Well, of course, like I'm like looking through. I'm like, this doesn't look terrible. Like, I'm interested. You know, I'm a big fan of like old school
Oh,
news.
they're amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome.
No, not dissing the Ted Bundy tapes at all.
No,
it's very
but
well done.
let me tell you, it was about 2 episodes in. No, it's like 2 in the morning. I just like didn't want
You're
to walk
sketching
away.
hard.
Yeah, I sketched so hard, dude. I literally stood there. I'm like, I won't eat tonight. I'll eat that tomorrow. And I did everything. But it's one of those things where it's like you're always just looking back at the front door, like, who's coming in right now?
Yeah.
And, like,
well,
it's the moment you see someone, like, you make eye contact, and it's like,
Well, it's almost like you want them to know that you see them
yeah,
and whatnot. I mean, I think, like, because, you know, one of the jobs was vacuuming the whole floor. Half the time I would, like, as much as I wanted to wear headphones and listen to music or podcasts, they're not even in, and as soon as I hear that door, I'm
no, I always had them in, but my thing is when I would be doing it, I would always have it so like out of the corner of my eye, I would look, and I would look
always in like your peripheral.
Yeah, and I would I would always look at that front door, probably every 2 or 3 minutes, just to make sure. Because again, I want no one come in blazing, and I already had picked out where I'm firing out to. You know, it's like I'll go through the corner door. I'll break the living shit out of that door to get out. Like I don't care about this place. If it burns down, it burns down.
I mean, yeah, they got insurance.
Oh, yeah.
But it's like there almost gets to a point in the middle of the night too, where I'm watching a show. Like it's like 3:30 in the morning. I'm too tired. I'm like, you come in right now, blazing.
Take what you want. Yeah.
Take everything.
Take what you want. It's like don't kill me or sexually abuse me. It's
yeah,
like,
I
don't care.
you're just chilling at that point. You're like, just
do it.
Oh, there were plenty of times where people that were not even members were like, "Can I work on it?" Just like, just go.
Oh, I'm not
Please.
looking for a fight at all at
You
3 in
want
the
to work
morning.
out? Do you see? There's no one here. There's plenty of room. Go for it.
Yeah, they come in the morning
Don't
like
care.
they come walking through.
Where you're falling asleep at the front desk. Just
Dude,
you
I
have
would
nothing left.
let so many rules get broken at night because what?
No, someone pops like like
takes
they're-
their shirt off.
Yeah,
Yeah,
take shirt off, like working out, like they're doing all kinds of weird things with the machines and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
Yep. Not tonight.
it doesn't fly
Tonight's
during
not
the day,
night.
but
Yeah.
at night it's like I'm too tired. There's not one other person in here.
There was one guy. He consistently would pop his shirt off. Super nice guy.
Jesse.
Yoked. No, at night.
Yeah,
Coming at-
Jesse.
but it wasn't Jesse.
Okay, but
No.
you know who I'm talking about though.
I know who you're talking about, but
Yeah.
no. But it was just another guy that I only saw in overnights, and there was like a stretch where I did do a few like in a row, so I got to know him a little bit. We'd have conversations. Super nice guy. Well, then of course he comes in during the day one time, and what does he do? He pops his shirt off with 50 people in the gym, and Eddie's just like, no, go talk to him. And I'm like, man, overnights, you do what you want.
Yeah.
We can't right now though.
Yeah.
And even super understanding was just, I mean, yeah, overnight you get to a point where just leave me alone. Don't do
Yeah.
anything to me. Go get a workout. Get a pump on.
Yeah, I don't care. It's like
Just
fire out
go
of
do
here.
your thing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean, I actually got used to overnights because, fire the NBA on to like 12, 11:30, midnight. And then I would do whatever I wanted to on the computer for 2 hours, eat quick, take my break if I really had one. And then it's like,
that's hard to have breaks.
oh, yeah. And then I would
The
go,
whole shift was a break, or you weren't gonna get one because no one else is there.
yeah. And then it's like, I'll go.
Yeah, we
I'll
don't
go
really need a
vacuum.
break for it, honestly, because it's
Yeah, it's a lot of sitting there, but at the same time, for me, like the break time was eating, you know, and so
same.
Yeah, it was one of those things though that sometimes it's just better to eat at the front desk and just risk someone. Like,
Oh, I always ate at the front desk
Yeah.
just because I would always sit like kind of left side of the desk in the corner, and if I had
Love
like
that corner.
have
That's
like
the
a box,
best.
have like
It's
a
the
box of
best
pizza,
corner.
just have my phone set up,
Mhm.
got
Yep.
headphones in, listening to the podcast or something, crushing pizza.
oh,
And I'm just in a better mood when people come into. I'm like, how we doing?
crushing podcasts too.
Oh,
I fired through
slapping
so many
podcasts.
of them.
Yeah.
Well, that was such a nice thing too. Is like not many people there, but a lot of people that were there during the overnight were consistently there. So like they know.
Yeah, they're not
You're-
looking
you're-
for questions.
No,
or
like
anything.
if they needed something like to do like the massage here or something like that, like they'll just come over to you, wave you down. Like they're not,
Yeah.
during the day people say you don't hear them once, they're freaking out. Where these
Yeah.
people could be talking to you for 5 minutes, you're not listening.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry about that. Like, nah, no worries. You're doing what you got to do. Here you go.
Yeah.
It was
But-
super nice.
But there's something about being by yourself in like a large open space or with that thought of someone coming in that you just kind of like it hits you, you're like,
I
ooh.
think it's really like places that are usually full of life
That
and
are
like
now
that are
desolate.
just
Yeah, they're
desolate.
empty.
That's like the thing that I think is really creepy about it for me is like same with the school, same hospital,
Yeah.
church.
Yeah, I mean, you walk in, you're
gym.
consistently, if you're not hearing voices, you're hearing machines going, something's going. and
Yeah,
all of a
like
sudden
you're
everything's
hearing
off.
like people living life.
Yeah,
Like there's all kinds of
conversating,
different
yeah.
things going on. Like
empty
you're
gym, you're hearing the creaking of the building, or
Yeah,
Or
like,
the
it's
fan.
just-
The fan.
Yep, or the fans, or if there was a leak that day, the dripping of it, and
Mhm.
when you hear just consistent, just silent drips, you're
or
like,
oddly the music that plays through the speakers at the gym when no one's in there. Terrifying.
Pretty
Because it just
scary,
sounds like
yeah.
it's just echoing through the whole place.
Well,
and,
there
like
were-
it
there
just
were a
has a
few
creepy
times
vibe
where-
to it.
because you know how like the massage chair room that TV was like you needed
Had its own sound,
remotes,
yeah.
and it had its own sound. So I had to forget about it every once in a while while closing. Well, I'm getting ready to turn off the lights, and I'm like,
You
hell
hear
is
somebody
that
talking.
right now.
Yeah.
Who could be in here? And it turns out it's a TV, but instantly anxiety just through the roof, just like, oh my god, someone's in here right now.
Yeah.
I should just lock them in and run. But then again, you think, well, they have an access to a whole gym, then so you
Yeah.
can't do that.
Yeah.
Back to like horror movies. Did you guys ever watch Invasion of the Body Snatchers?
I've seen
Donald
it before.
Sutherland?
Yeah, I've seen it before.
I don't think I've seen it.
But
Definitely
it's been a
watch it.
long time though since I've seen
Wild
it.
movie.
Okay. I know what
Terrifying.
I
It's a
honestly-
remake of the original Invasion of the Body Snatchers that was made in like the 50s.
Yeah, it was
I
made
think the
50s
last
or
Donald
60s.
Sutherland
But
movie I watched was Animal House.
really,
Incredible.
have you ever seen Kelly's Heroes?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Well,
movie.
I just mean like that's just the most recent time
Yeah.
I've watched something with Donald Sutherland.
But Invasion of the Body Snatchers got Jeff Goldblum too.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, it was old school.
Good old
but
Jeff. Yeah.
it's wild.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so freaking good. I was hoping we
But
could
it's a
talk
horror
more.
movie?
Yeah, I was hoping
Yeah.
we could talk more about it.
Yeah,
but
very popular one.
Now I
We'll have,
now
we'll
I
have to
can.
save it then and talk
Yeah.
about it some other time.
Maybe we'll have to do a commentary
Yeah.
for the
Oh.
movie. We'll
I-
put it on out
I'm-
here.
What about this though? We make like a list of we make a list for the fans of what they should watch.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
I'm a big fan of that one.
Yeah.
What we should
Like
watch.
our, make like a top.
well, we should
100
all sit
must-
down and
our own
watch.
top 100 must see.
Yeah. What we should.
The TBD top 100.
Bingo.
The movie we should all sit down and watch. This is could be one that I know you probably not want to watch. Dead Silence.
No, we'll never watch that.
Is that what that old guy? No, that's
No.
Don't Breathe. Never mind.
Yeah.
That's what's Dead
Dead
Silence?
Silence is the
It's a ventriloquist. All like this old lady.
Fuck that. I'm alright.
which
Fuck that.
see that's the thing that he always makes fun of it with me because
It's
ventriloquist dolls are easily top 3 or
Oh,
top
dude.
2 most fears I will ever
it.
have.
They're
can't
just
be- I can't be in the same
unnaturally
room.
scary. Yeah.
If they're in
Fuck
the room,
that movie.
I'm
That
not
movie
going
looks
in that
terrifying. It also
Yeah.
kind of looks like crap. But
It's not terrible,
room.
but
No, it wasn't like
but
a
I
terribly
don't
movie,
like
no.
I just don't like the
no,
look of
dude.
it.
There's a scene where they like show up to this like old like
Spoiler.
Hey, here's an idea. How about we don't talk about
Yeah, I
it?
would love to
Yeah.
just shift
But-
gears into it,
God.
fire into another movie.
Like,
What's
I-
another movie we should all watch together?
I did see.
Well, we
Guy
should watch
Ritchie's got
on
a
here.
new movie coming out.
Who?
Guy Ritchie
I have no idea
Actually?
who's that.
with
Yep, Guy Ritchie, Gentleman. The Gentleman.
Oh, okay.
Snatch.
Okay.
You like
I
Dags?
haven't seen
I know,
Snatch.
we already
like
talked-
Dags?
we already talked about that.
but Jason Statham's in it.
Oh, he's
Look,
going
is
back
it-
to his
I
roots.
Is
think
that the
it's-
bank
I
robber
think
one?
it's,
Is that the
Is it
bank
called
robber?
Wrath of Man? I think.
Is that the
I
bank
believe
robber?
so.
Okay, I saw the trailer for that.
Looks
Does
very
look
good,
awesome.
but, yep. They say it look. I think it's called Wrath of Man.
Yeah,
Yep.
looks like what it
Looks
is.
really good. It's got the one of the other characters. He was one of the main characters from Mindhunter. I can't remember his name.
Oh, it's the it's the like older
the older
like,
guy.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a great show. You see that show?
hmm
I have not
Awesome.
watched
Me
it.
and because I know
Oh my god, this cast.
Big
is kinda
Mike
off the
and
chain.
Matt had watched
A
at
weird
least the
cast.
first season at that point, or they might have even watched both seasons already. But me and Jess both wanted to watch it. We watched the first like half of the first season. We stopped for a while, then we finished it, and then we started season 2. And I think we got through like 3 or 4 episodes before she went to bed. And this was one of my nights where I was up to about 4 or 5 in the morning and finished the rest of the show.
Yeah.
She was
So
so.
awesome.
She comes out at like 3 in the morning, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like,
Finished.
I'm still watching." And she
Yeah.
goes, "How far did you get?" I'm like, "I'm on the finale." And I thought she was about to cry. She was just, "You watched it without me," as she's literally like basically 9% still asleep.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what
I couldn't help it. Sorry,
that's what
haven't
Grace
gone back
did
to
to me
since.
for Making a Murderer. When we first watched that, we
Oh,
We
watched.
just started
that
it,
show.
me and my dad. Wow.
Oh,
Wild.
my
What a wild story.
But
it's
this is
so wild.
This is the thing. We started it. We watched like 6 episodes. I don't remember how many episodes. Is there 10?
There's 10
okay, so we probably watched like 6 episodes in a day. Like we were crushing
It's
it.
such a good
I
show.
had to go to work then. Like went to work, came home, and I was basically like went over to her house. So we watching Making a Murder. It's like
I finished
yeah,
it.
I finished it. And I was like, oh, thought we were gonna watch it together. I still haven't seen how it ended because I just
Yeah.
It's just like ruined for you.
Yeah,
almost.
then I was
like,
also
I
like-
thought this was something we were watching.
well, and the way she like kind of reacted to it too was kind of like the ending was like yeah, whatever. So I'm like, well, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
I was like, thought it was gonna be just wild,
Mhm.
and I still don't know if it is or not. But the way she just kind of talked about it was kind of
Yeah.
brought you down
I
a
still
little
need
bit.
to watch the second season of it.
I haven't
For-
wa- yeah, I see. I haven't even
I
finished
watched-
the
You haven't even
first.
finished.
I watched the first like 3 episodes of it, and I just remember looking over to my dad. I'm like, this shit is ridiculous.
Oh my!
This is just crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's just
Oh,
it's
just roller.
weird and wild.
Yeah, roller coaster after roller coaster, just constant roller
Yeah.
coasters.
Yeah, like it's up and down. It's all over the place. Pretty sweet story.
That's a great story.
Yeah.
I feel horrible for the guy.
Oh, terrible.
Not sure how I feel about him because I haven't
He
finished
never
it.
finished.
From what I know, from what I've heard, yes, I do not feel great for the
How
guy.
many episodes are again?
3.
I think
Okay.
4.
Yeah, what?
Did you ask how many episodes there were in it? Wait,
No,
what did
he,
you ask?
He asked me how far am I into it, and I said 3. And you immediately said 4.
Because he just asked how many episodes were there. I thought he was making a joke about it. That's why I said 4. I'm like, LOL. There's 4.
That's why I got so confused because like, how many episodes you in?
Yeah.
You're like 3. It's like 4.
I think I need to put my Huh shirt on again. For
Yeah,
God's
you
sakes.
may have to because
No.
Z-Man's getting out of control.
But no, that's. Yeah, maybe now that there's a second season, you should go back and watch it. Because,
Too many
See?
other things I need to watch.
well, yeah, the thing is, we don't finish stuff, and then more stuff gets added
Yeah.
to the list, and it just grows.
Yeah, the list is shocking. I've been listening to Red Right Hand a lot lately.
Like the song?
Yeah.
Just,
Just because it's a sweet song
That's
and
a
it's been
great
reminding
song.
me of Peaky Blinders. And well, I watched Grace sent me like a video of them filming the
mhm.
newest season, like of
So happy.
Tommy on the street, and they had the song playing and stuff, and I just got all fired up and ready to roll.
I was not the biggest fan of Peaky Blinders.
Did you finish it at least?
Yeah.
No.
Well, I'm
I literally
far
got-
in.
I got through the first episode and I was like, what the hell is this? I did like at the end though where the guy gets hit pretty good, but again, I just
You didn't
remember
even
being
finish
like,
the first. You didn't even
dude,
fin-
it,
like,
it
watch
was
the
just
first
so
couple
tough for me to
episodes?
even watch the first episode. It was so tough for me to watch the first episode.
Huh.
But
That's
just
the same with Matt though too. He quit after like
But
He made, like, 2
should I
seasons.
fire through?
enjoys horror movies by himself. He don't even count him in something.
I mean, I like horror movies by myself, but again, just depends on which horror movies. The Conjuring,
Well, his is
Conjuring 2.
Hereditary.
Oh yeah, see that one. Okay, that's a little bit different. He might have an issue, but Conjuring 2.
yeah, he like begs people to watch Hereditary with him.
yeah,
And because they had all seen it, and he comes to me one of them, you want to watch Hereditary? And I'd never seen it. I'm like, well, as long as someone else is watching, sure, I'll watch a horror movie. I don't want to ever see that again. And
yes.
No, it's the most horrifying.
As in,
Movie I've ever
everyone's
seen.
gone from the house and at work, and there he is snapping videos of him watching it by himself for fun.
Yeah, he watched it. He put it on. I mean, Micah was downstairs, like sitting next to him, like playing video
that's right,
games.
yeah.
But he still wasn't watching. He was watching the movie by himself.
Yeah,
like
well,
it was.
Didn't Mike?
I did get it for
Did
him
he
for Christmas
eventually
though.
go to his room? Do you know?
I don't remember.
I thought that was.
I remember I
the thing
came
when Mike saw it
home-
was on and like went to his room and could still kind of see it because how his room's laid out, he can see Dad's TV and still kind of saw parts of it.
I do remember I came home once from work, and that was when you and Dad were watching it.
Well, you and Grace both walked downstairs.
Oh, we
and
sprinted in my room. I like shut the door. I shoved towels.
well,
under
that's the
all
thing.
the-
You, 'cause you saw it, you ran, and Grace, comes down. And she's, what are you watching? Hereditary, and all of a sudden, no.
Yeah, she, like,
never
screams
again,
and runs.
screaming, bolting as Reno's trying to already
Yes.
blockade his
Let,
room.
let me tell
Like
you.
I left her behind. I'm like,
Yeah.
you didn't make
He's
it.
locking her out of there. It is. And I'm sitting there just first time ever watching, just kind of like, huh. Well, we're 45 minutes in, nothing's happened yet. And these guys are.
Just
He's
wait.
literally leaving his girlfriend out to fend for
Yeah.
herself because of this movie, and I'm like, what is gonna happen here? What did I get myself into?
I'm gonna take a bathroom break quick.
Okay.
You boys keep firing away.
No,
Or
but
don't.
have you not seen the full Conjuring 2 movie?
No, I've seen. Mom, you know what? I don't even know. I've seen enough to know the
Yeah,
whole premise of
but-
it, so maybe I have seen
Yeah,
it.
let
but
me tell you though, that movie, oh my god, if you the opening 20 minutes of that movie are enough to be like, okay, yeah, this is maybe not a movie I want to watch. Like I wouldn't watch it
Because
by
like
myself.
the first one, like I mean, there was a few parts that made
Well,
you
the first-
jump, but
the
it
first
wasn't really like
The first movie, probably the first 20 minutes of that movie, probably scared the shit out of you. Because
the
Annabelle's
only
in it.
parts, huh?
Annabelle's in the first like 20 minutes.
Annabelle never really did it for me.
Really?
It's weird
Dude.
because I look at like
Yeah.
that's I look at just a normal. Like I said, I can't
Yeah.
be in a room normally
Yes.
with a doll. I am bolting.
Oh,
out. But
yeah.
then I see Annabelle, and I'm kind of like, this is literally another movie about
Yeah.
an actual doll that did this. And
No, like
Or,
let me
it's
tell
like
you,
that, and I'm like,
Annabelle
eh.
Creation or whatever it is.
I never
that
watched any of
dude,
the Annabelle,
that
so.
movie, terrifying.
yes, I won't
terrifying.
watch it, but like
Yeah.
her in The Conjuring is, or like even when I watch the trailers, I'm kind of like,
Yeah,
yeah, I'm sure it will scare the hell out of me.
Dude,
I won't
like,
ever watch it.
and I'm not one to get like overtly like psyched up about it, a movie like that, but I'm not even joking. I literally got home and I sat there for probably 10 minutes. I'm like, yeah, this is maybe one of those things where it's like I go to bed, it's like I touch the cross once or twice, like
God.
I turn on Always Sunny, focus only on Always Sunny, and
Oh.
pass out.
What are we talking about?
Annabelle
We went back
and
to,
the Conjuring,
and then to
but
Annabelle.
that Conjuring too, that fucking nun in there, wow, it is.
Isn't there a third one now? Or
Not
gonna
Conjuring.
be?
Yeah, there's going to be, but
Okay.
I've haven't seen the actual nun movie, but that too
Oh,
looks
I'm not gonna watch it
terrifying.
because that nun was horrifying.
Yes. Oh, I mean, especially how it appears in Conjuring 2. She like pulls down the mirror, and all of a sudden, like she's like looking, and it steps out from like a beam, and it's like, okay, it's like that's enough. Like if you're the person seeing this, it's like, yeah, this is the moment where you reel back out of that, and you're like, I ain't dealing with that again.
I ain't dealing with
It's
that
like,
again.
I don't care what ghost comes along, they can deal with it. It's like, go to church. The other movie that kind of gets me too is The Omen. Have you guys seen that movie?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Watch that movie, because the more you get into it, the more it's like, oh my God.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Well, it's just
I think
like
it was
how
just
that
strictly
movie.
one of those movies I watched because it was such a famous movie.
Yeah.
Then.
But if you watch it again, like the
I'm
more.
not gonna watch it again.
Really? Okay, it's actually a good
Is
movie.
it the one from 76?
74 or 74 or some shit, but yeah, it's 70s.
Yeah,
But-
76 is.
But yes, that movie, let me tell you, it builds. Like it slowly builds where it's like some crazy shit's been going on. And then it hits like a point where in a graveyard, like that's the pinnacle of the movie where we're like, okay, there's been some crazy shit going on here. It's a good movie, but it does get to you though.
I haven't been into horror movies in a while though, because I was into them a couple years ago, like
I was never
hardcore.
into 'em.
Like I was loving them. Well, I think it was because a few years ago, like when Grace and I first started dating, all of a sudden I was like, oh, I have a like excuse to watch horror movies now.
Yeah.
Like you have a girlfriend now. It's like there's
Yeah.
somebody that
Yeah, you
has to like, yeah, you can kind of
Not
like
only that,
cuddle
but
up on them.
Cuddle up on. They're freaking out. You're
You
probably
get
freaking out more, but guess what? You can pretend like you're comforting them while really they're comforting you. And
Yeah.
You just don't show it.
100%.
Bingo.
And then it kind of works out, you know. But it's like a comfort thing that now I feel like I can sit through a full horror movie having somebody that's gonna be sitting like by me the whole time. And I was really into them for a little bit. Like, did you guys watch The Following? I think is what
Yeah,
it's called.
It Follows.
Or It Falls. Yeah, It Falls. Because The Following's a
I-
different movie with
I-
Christopher Nolan.
I thought that movie was not very good.
Oh,
That's just me. I didn't think it was that scary.
brilliant movie.
Oh, it's a great, like the thought behind it and everything. Great movie.
Opening scene.
Oh, good movie. I mean,
The thing that I really like about that movie is it gets better the second and like third time you watch it because you realize the beginning scene, like, because right away it's a like tracking shot of just like the camera's following this girl as she's like trying to get away from whatever it is.
Yeah.
You don't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's it.
Yeah, it's whatever person is following her.
Mhm.
And then when you watch it the second time, you realize that, and all of a sudden that opening scene is horrifying. The first time you watch it, you're just kind of confused. Second time you watch it, you know it's somebody she loves.
Oh,
Like, could be her dad,
spoilers.
anything. Like, have you watched it?
No, you've mentioned it a few times. I think I've said multiple times I don't want to watch it.
Yeah, you probably don't want to watch
I
it. But
don't.
it's really creepy. The premise is that, like, if you have sex with somebody that is being followed by whatever it is,
Yep.
whatever like entity it is that takes over bodies of people that you know, so that you'll trust that person, so that it can get closer to you. And if it gets you, it just
Wait, what now about sex?
So like that's how it like takes over you though.
so if
Through
you
sex
Mhm.
yeah, so if you have it, you can transfer that like
That's
through your bodily fluids.
basically.
no, yeah. I mean, yes, but yeah,
In a sense, yeah. It like basically you have sex with somebody, so if you have it and you no longer want to be followed by this thing, you have sex with somebody, you transfer that basically
is it that
like
thing, or is this thing almost like does it spread, like it doesn't just like one person, like
it only does one person.
no,
at a
it
time.
just
It
keeps
does,
following.
okay.
So it'd be like following you down the street.
okay, so it doesn't
You-
like, let's say you have sex with
'Cause
one,
everybody
they
else-
got it and you also have it, and then you have sex with
But-
someone
but
else.
I
Now
think-
they have it as
yeah,
well.
no, but I think it's that once you have sex, it goes to that person. If it gets to that person, then it comes back to you, right? I thought that was the whole premise.
Yeah, then
too.
it kind of goes back through the line. So if
Yeah.
it kills like if it gets to the person, the newest person that has it, if it kills them, it goes back to the person before and starts going for that
So
person.
like you could just
So it could go all the way
You
back.
could go like 10 years without getting it, and also that person dies and it comes back to you.
Yeah.
And the only way you can like tell it, there's another really like creepy scene because nobody else can see it. Like can see this person that's following
Mhm.
you. So like in one of the beginning scenes, they're at like a movie theater and they're like going on a date and stuff. And at the movie theater, and he like looks at her and looks up, and there's like this girl in like a yellow dress that's like walking towards him.
Oh my.
And
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he's like nudging her. He's like, "Do you see that girl over there, like walking down the aisle and stuff like that?" And she's like, "No, what do you mean?" And he's like, "We have to get out of here," because it's just like no matter where you're at, it like it just is always coming for you.
Yeah.
What happens if it gets to you? It just kills you?
In the movie, like
I think
it like
I think
engulfs you basically. Like it just like basically, and you're dead. Kind of like the Blob.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, but it probably doesn't sound that scary, but
The thought of it.
Horror.
It's not that
Horrifying.
it doesn't sound scary. It just sounds like such a horrible plot
it's not though.
to me.
I might be explaining it in not a very good way.
I'm sure it's great. It just, to me,
I mean,
the plot of something following you, and the only way to get rid of it's to fuck someone else.
But I mean, think about it as a guy. Like, what are you gonna like? It's a girl. It's a little bit easier. She just walk up to some random dude. It's like, hey, you want to turn? It's like, yeah, sure, deal.
Oh, you want to turn?
What's this?
But I mean, it's a little bit easier for
It's not
girls.
like,
Yikes.
I don't mean it's weird like that. I mean it's just weird that it's a movie about something that follows you until it engulfs you, and the only way to get rid of it is to fuck someone.
Yeah, let me tell you.
It's not about how easy
Yeah.
it is for a guy
Let-
to get laid
let-
or
let-
it's easier for a girl to get laid.
No,
or something
well,
like that.
no,
It's
I know,
it's
I know,
weird
but
to
I
me that
mean,
it's not
like-
no, you need like a priest, or like you need some kind of holy thing to banish this thing or something like that. It's just
I don't think those would help.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, but why would you want to just see another movie like that? Why wouldn't you want a
I don't want
different
to see
take
any
on
of
something?
those movies. I don't like horror movies.
Yeah, well, we've got that from it so far. But I'm just saying, like, it's a really creepy premise.
It's definitely
Yeah.
different.
Because right after like they have sex in the beginning of the movie, like he basically like tapes her to like a wheelchair and stuff to like show her what's about to happen, like to explain it to her.
Oh.
And-
Explain, like, as in, like, that was great, felt great, here's what's going to happen.
He
now.
basically explains it to her like somebody passed this to me and it's been following me ever since, and now it's been passed to you.
That's
and he
a horrible thing
yeah,
to do.
and he
Oh,
like
it's
oh my
terrible.
lord.
and he like wheels her up to like the edge, and you can see like this woman coming through like the field like towards him
But
and stuff.
if he passed it, how can he see it? Like, does he have to, like, go, like, move around you, like, tell me when you see something, and then he'll explain it? Or is he
I
just,
think so.
or does he, like, somehow still, like, is it, like, still resonating in him where he can still see it partially, like, see that it's coming for you now?
It's been a while since I've seen the movie,
Yeah.
so I can't remember the exact.
Only saw it the once when I was in theaters.
I watched it a few times right away because that was one of like the first movies Grace and I watched together, and yeah, horrifying movie, just terrifying, terrifying prevalence, and like some of the cinematography, and it's just horrifying of
Mhm.
people. Just like there's this old lady that's coming at him through a school,
Yeah.
Not cool.
No. The scene that they like showed across the street and you could see the guy in his house and it comes through the door
Yeah.
and goes and gets him. That scene, that was the one scene I was like, oh, fuck that.
Yeah, I barely want to talk about it anymore. I just don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Huh. No, I'm definitely not watching it.
Yeah, I probably won't ever watch it again, to be honest.
Okay.
Now, the kind of horror movies I like is The Blob.
Yes, I know.
Now that
That's not a bad movie. I like
that
it.
movie slaps.
Yeah, I like that movie. I like The Thing, though. Like, I'm a fan of...
I love this.
Well, the thing's incredible, but
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Kurt Russell, baby.
Kurt Russell in it. Oh,
don't
he's
miss.
one of the best characters in
John
movie
Carpenter.
history ever.
Mm-hmm.
I should watch that again. I should watch that before our next podcast so we can talk more about it. So
Yes,
I
I
want to
watched
get
that.
refreshed on it.
I've watched that movie quite a bit.
We used to watch it all the time.
Yeah. You know what other movie I saw by John Carpenter recently? They Live.
Oh, classic.
Very good movie.
I'm here to chew bubblegum and
Kick
kick some
ass.
ass.
And
I'm
I'm
all
all
out
out
of
of
bubble
bubblegum. Yeah.
That sounds so cool.
Dude.
It's Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
Is the
Oh my.
this is the star of it.
Rest in peace.
Have you
Yeah,
have
literally
you
rest in
not
peace.
seen it?
Never even heard of it.
Dude,
Sounds incredible.
it's
It's so cool.
so cool.
Is he like the main character?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And he like
He gets sunglasses from these people who keep saying like the government's out to get you, like it's not everything you believe. And he sees these people like putting them together. He sees them like with a whole bunch of guns. He's like, what are these weirdos doing? And he grabs them one night and puts them on, and immediately like a
you can
billboard.
see who's like an alien.
Yeah,
who's
like a
not.
billboard, like a normal billboard would say like Joe Camel cigarettes, and it like now says like obey.
Yeah.
Follow the rules, and like everything else is like it turns black and white, and like people walking down the street are aliens themselves, and you like can see it in their face. There's a whole bunch of normal people, but
It's kind of like the same premise of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. It's like something that comes in and kind of starts taking over everybody, and humans are trying to kind of fight back against that. And Roddy Piper's in it, and he's incredible in it.
yeah, very good movie. Also, Childs from The Thing is in it too.
Oh really?
Yes, he's also good in that movie too.
So these movies should be checked out.
Yes, I would check that movie out. It's very good.
Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
I have to see this.
Incredible.
He was
And he's got
incredible.
one of just the sweetest
My
lines
dad
ever.
loved him. Gotta see
The other movie I saw recently too was The Invisible Man.
The new one.
that. That did
The new
look
one.
good.
I
Pretty
still haven't
good.
watched that.
Pretty good. There are some scenes though that royally creeped me out.
Yeah, that's just one of those things. Like somebody being invisible.
Well,
It's tough for me
it's-
to want to watch that because it's
It'd be awesome to be invisible.
there's just not much
just
you
to
can do
see-
about that.
To do cool shit, but at the same time, the thought of someone else being invisible coming after you and like tormenting the shit out of you, not a great thought.
Agreed. I haven't watched
Oh
it yet.
my
I saw the old one though.
He looks so cool.
Roddy Piper.
Oh
Mhm.
my
Oh,
lord.
he's incredible. I watched the old.
Look at that. That looks so
Yeah.
sweet.
That's when he delivers the
literally
iconic
scene.
line.
That's the scene, yeah.
I might have to watch this tonight. This
Looks.
he looks great in that.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. Oh, I watched the first like Invisible Man.
Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon,
Very
baby.
good movie.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Love Kevin Bacon.
Oh yeah.
He also has a new commercial out. Incredible.
Okay.
He's just sitting in a pool, and you would love the look of him. He looks incredible.
Yeah, I love Kevin Bacon.
Like-
what kind of commercial? Like, what's it for?
I don't know, that wireless Wi-Fi commercial or something. But he's just sitting in a pool on like
Wi-Fi wireless.
that like $5. It gets cheaper with friends or something like that. They're not a sponsor, but
Hopefully.
hopefully, well, they could be. Not with how we're advertising for
Yeah.
them currently.
Yeah.
It's that $5.
yeah, Wi-Fi
thing.
thing. Yeah.
But Kevin Bacon, just look up Kevin
Imagine-
Bacon commercial.
Imagine Kevin Bacon on the podcast. Dude, it would be off the chain.
I just got so nervous.
Okay,
I literally already
I've
have
heard of it
15
now.
questions. I've already.
Did you see
picked-
what Kevin Bacon looked like though?
I mean, I watched like 2 seconds of it. I don't want to.
Did you
like,
see him?
I'll watch it later. So I
He
watch
got
it
a
now. I don't-
mustache. He
I
looked
don't wanna-
incredible.
He also
I
was
just don't
in
want anything
another
to go
movie.
through just in case, because we're not advertising. So like if it gets a glimpse, then I don't know.
You don't want to be taken down because of it.
Yeah.
Okay, get that.
watch it later.
Well, I'm sure we won't get taken down because we're
No,
trying to show off Kevin Bacon.
Well, yeah, but I'm just trying to play it safe here. We're still new to this. That's just
Well, yeah, we haven't even put out an episode yet.
let me be me here. Let me be me here.
Let me be
And
me
as soon
here.
as these mics are cut off, I'm playing it at full blast.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Would love to have Kevin Bacon on.
Dude,
Sounds
it'd be
incredible.
crazy.
I'm in.
Kevin Bacon, if you listen,
We'll pay you.
Yeah. Oh, maybe not that, but
Oh.
I mean, how much money do we have to pay?
Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'll sell the house.
We might give you genuine laughter. Maybe.
I have quite a few questions, so I would love
Would
to.
love-
pepper-
Hit us with a question you'd want to hit Kevin Bacon with.
Would
Dude,
love to talk to
he
you
was in
about
the
Death
first-
Sentence.
Who's in the
Thank you.
first?
Oh, death sentences.
It's one of my
I was
No.
literally just about to say
one
that.
of my
Oh,
favorite
sorry.
Literally
movies
was
with him.
about to say that. I was like, he was in
Anyways.
another movie. I'm pretty sure it's Death Sentence.
Yeah.
Awesome movie.
Kevin Bacon.
He's
Whereas-
so
John
good in that
Goodman.
movie.
Yeah, he's really good. Is John Goodman in that?
He's the dad of the guy that killed his son.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
that's right. Spoilers.
Because I could have swore he said spoilers.
Yeah, that is a spoiler, but
For
we've been
who?
everyone whoever.
Oh.
It's like a
listen,
15-year-old
well,
movie,
you
so
also- okay, at that point, then we've also spoiled It Follows because
It
the whole premise
Follows.
was. I mean,
Yeah.
spoilers are out the window
Yeah,
at this point.
this is a
Except for
spoiler
us.
episode.
we'll fire in a spoiler alert at the beginning of the episode.
A lot of movies will be ruined here.
Yeah, but we've kind of stayed in just the ballpark of
Yeah.
horror movies.
Yeah.
We've kept ourselves pretty
Yeah,
contained.
And the thing is, when we go to when we have other episodes of talking of movies, we're talking about big, amazing movies. If you
Yeah.
haven't seen them, what are you
Yeah.
doing?
What
Should
are
get
you
on
doing?
it.
What are you
Yeah.
doing? I mean, I guess it's what it is.
It's what it is.
It's one of them things.
But no, that's one of my favorite movies with them.
Death Sentence is really good. I'm trying to think of other Kevin Bacon movies I love.
Friday the 13th, the first one.
That's true. He is in that.
Yeah,
He
that's-
dies pretty quick.
and he has one of the best deaths in that entire.
Is that where he
franchise.
gets stabbed through the bed?
Yep.
Yep, through
Correct,
the
yeah.
heart. Yeah, and blood shoots out onto the.
Got an incredible one. Footloose.
Oh, Footloose, yeah. Oh, Tremors.
Tremors.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
lord, I forgot about that.
Tremors is one of my dad and I's favorite
Oh,
movies
it's a
for some
great
reason.
movie.
The first one's so good. Such
Yeah.
a simple idea, but it's it takes that
Isn't
whole
that one that's got 5 movies now?
yeah. The new one just came out recently of
Really?
Tremors. Got the same guy. I don't remember his name. That's got all the guns and he's got
That's
like
my favorite part of the
he's so-
first movie.
he's so cool.
They're like, "What are you gonna do?" It's like, "We're gonna load up." Immediately cuts to a wall just filled with guns.
It's like
Yeah.
like guns are coming in and he
Yeah.
loads up the big truck and great movie because it really plays on when you're a kid. When I first watched it as a kid, it plays on that joy you get from pretending the ground's lava.
Mhm.
That was incredible.
So it plays on that. You just think there's tremors in there. Gives you even more of an excuse to not touch
Yeah.
the ground. And Kevin Bacon's in it.
Yeah.
Incredible. Tremors.
I forgot he was in that.
Check out Tremors,
Yes.
everybody. What a film.
Yeah.
And there's 6 of them, so you got your weekend
Nah.
planned.
You know what movie?
Right.
Yeah. You know what movie got me the first time I watched it? Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Horror.
The original one.
Leatherface.
Dude, because the first time you actually see him is when
Yeah.
the dude's knocking on the door, and then all of a sudden it opens up and he comes in with a hammer on the dude. That first time I saw it, I literally just sat there and was like, "Holy fuck!"
Mr.
This-
Ed Gein.
Does
Yes.
the first one ends
With him chasing the girl down the highway.
with where the camper's
was-
driving off? Where does he come out of the woods and does
No,
Is that a later one?
it's a later one. No,
you sure?
Yep, yeah. That's 3D. 3D. That's the one me and you watched.
With Alexander Daddario.
Oh
in it.
yeah,
Yeah.
very nice in that movie.
I did. It was. I also really liked the movie.
Yeah, the movie was not bad.
Which one did we watch at your mom's house that we rented one time?
It might have been that one actually,
Yeah, it might have.
or it might have been one of the
I could have swore
two
this
or
was
newer
like
ones,
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
new
Colon, like-
generation or something. Yeah,
I'll
they've made quite a few of them, but the second one, that one also, I watched it one night hanging out with Daniel.
You
That
watch a lot of freaking. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So the first one they leave in the back of that
Yeah.
pickup, right?
yes,
Okay. Yeah. So that's what I had envisioned, but for some reason I thought it was a camper. But you said that's the newest
Maybe
one.
I think
Yeah.
this is the one we watched was
Yep.
the beginning.
oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
God, just looking at these pictures, that got creepy as hell.
terrifying, dude. The whole thought
I
of
forgot how
absolutely.
creepy.
the thought, in the newest one, there's a scene where he's going to put a mask on, and it's just people's faces,
Oh, of course, yeah.
and it's just he has 12 of them. And he's just picking through them, and of course they're all from the other movie, so you see him and it's like, that is terrifying.
Yeah.
Which movie is it of those ones that I don't know if it's the ending or what part, but it's like supposed to be like a cameraman that goes down to the basement and then is chased. Like he's like
think
kind of
it's
like
the second
recording
one.
the
I
basement,
think it's
and
the
then all of a
second
sudden
one.
out of nowhere
He comes
pops
up.
out and chases them, and that's just like it cuts
I think
off,
it's the
and
second
is
one.
that the second one?
Yeah.
Horrifying.
Dude, that one had one of the few scenes. Of course, I'm like eating at the time. Yeah, one of those scenes where I literally like stopped eating. I just sat there. And I didn't even know what to say.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna spoil it, but it was a scene where it's like,
just if you are, just say spoiler alert.
okay, there's a spoiler alert.
Well,
They're
we're
like,
gonna have through the whole episode.
They
the
literally-
whole episode
Oh,
overall.
they
is a
they were-
spoiler
check
alert.
this out.
they were
We
cutting.
get a button
Yeah,
that we
Spoiler
hit.
alert
and
button.
Spoiler alert.
no, yeah, I like that idea, but
I'm
no,
peppering that
We're
in.
cutting
He was
Isaac
like-
off so hard.
I know. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Well, it just came.
he was literally making ribs out of a human being's ribs, and like the guy's still alive. It was one of the few moments where I literally sat there,
It's-
and I. Yeah, no, but
Go
that scene in and of itself literally almost ruined that entire movie for me. It was. It's
another one of those franchises that's. I mean, if you like horror movies or gory movies, these ones are for you.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really odd that for the majority, I mean, you and I really don't like scare. I like the theory of horror movies.
Mhm.
Like I like the idea behind them, but sometimes I just don't want to put myself through the
Well,
mental strain of
And that's the
Yeah.
thing. Like
Watching
with,
those.
with like Texas Chainsaw. I mean, I believe a lot of it's fictional, but it is based off of Ed Gein, who was an actual person who did a lot of disgusting things.
oh, horrible
Yeah.
So you
things.
watch this thing, it's it's a horror movie, but it's also like this. Some of this stuff probably actually happened.
that's
Mhm.
that's the thing I don't really like about that much because it just kind of makes you think about all the horrible people out there and
Yeah.
the things that some people will do, and it's just I'm moving around my seat a little bit. I kind of want to go make sure the front door is locked. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, we got pops. We're good.
Oh, they're
Yeah.
playing Warzone with headphones in, so
Uh-oh.
they're not
Mike
hearing
never does.
anything.
Oh,
Also
Mike never
thought
does.
we'd have a live audience
Yeah.
tonight, but
it's been a little bit of a different one tonight. You know, not having them out
Kinda
there.
like it.
I love it way more. Hopefully they don't come out next
I
episode.
kind of-
literally-
I think I could
literally
hear them.
made so much more room for them in this garage, and then they're like, "Yeah, we're never coming out again."
And they right on cue.
Yep,
Think it's
here,
Grace.
here they come.
That's a real bummer. Real.
No, it is
Bummer.
Grace. It is Grace. I
Oh,
can tell.
okay. That's okay.
Grace sneaking on you.
I think she is.
Woo!
No, yeah, that franchise is. That's it's a tough one
They
to get
are
through.
good though.
Yeah, they are good. It's one of those franchises
It
that
makes you think.
yeah.
Makes you really contemplate things that are going on.
Yeah,
I don't really think we can talk about horror movies and stuff like that if we don't touch on Blair Witch Project. Probably end with. Have you watched Blair Witch
Yeah.
Project?
yeah.
What's your thoughts on?
It wasn't bad. I'm not a big fan of the like found footage type films, but it wasn't bad. I like the idea behind it, you know, because it does amp up it amps up the terror in it, but at the same time, though, I didn't think it was as good as everyone made it seem.
Yeah.
I was horrified by it. Still to this day.
Yeah,
Really?
it gets to me.
Isn't there a new one too now?
Yeah.
Or something based off.
Yeah,
of
they
the
put
Blair
out
Witch
a new
Project?
one, but but
Yeah.
it wasn't. I heard.
Wasn't very good.
I watched it too, and I didn't think it was that
You
great.
say that it's not very good.
Is it supposed to be like almost like a remake of the Blair Witch Project, or is it supposed to be like
It's like a sequel.
it's a sequel?
Because I think it's like the brother of the original girl
Yeah.
who goes missing. I think he goes out to find her. It's like 15 years later.
Oh lord.
And what does get me about that movie though is of course they are in the woods. Like they are walking around trying to figure out what's going on about a disappearance, which is always creepy. I think people going disappearing is super creepy. Because you always feel like, where are they? Where
Well,
would they
yeah.
be?
If,
Most
like,
people
you
aren't
hear
just
about
up
something
and
that's
leaving.
gone, and they're just like without a trace. They're just
Yeah.
gone.
The thing that creeped me out about Blair Witch Project was the whole not being able to see anybody.
Very
Like,
psychologically.
The coming out of the
messes you up.
tent and seeing like things that were built around your tent from
Yeah.
people, and then they get lost,
Yeah.
and then they kind of get at each other's throat. Amazing acting in that
Oh,
movie.
Immediately,
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's you can picture.
You can feel the
Yeah,
tension.
you
like,
can picture yourself being with people you know like really well, being super
Yeah.
friendly with. I mean, like, where are we? We've already walked past this.
Yeah, like
and,
you
like-
can
Well,
tell
yeah.
like each morning like the tension gets a little higher, and there's like this threat of you don't know what's happening outside your tent at night.
Yeah.
And then like in the one night during the movie where they start shaking the tent, like where somebody outside is like shaking the tent and they start like freaking out, they unzip it and like they're running through the woods and it's horrifying.
Yeah, it builds in tension. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of found footage films, but it's a pretty good movie. They executed very well. So.
Yeah, I like that one's probably one of my like favorite ones that I will watch, just because it's horrifying and the ending is.
It's a good ending.
It's so creepy.
Yeah,
like the last shot of the film is just the guy staring into the corner.
Yeah.
You didn't like that one very much, did you?
Can I say something?
Yeah, you're.
Welcome to the studio.
Oh,
yes,
thank you.
this
Grape.
is Grace.
Yeah, Grace.
I didn't find Blair Witch Project scary at all,
What
and
is
I'm
wrong with you?
and I get scared of a lot of shit, like Hereditary. That's
We've already talked
terrifying.
about Hereditary.
Obviously,
Yeah.
you have because you've talked about horror stories.
Right, that we talked about the first time that I saw it and how.
Obviously, that is on everyone's list for scary movies. That, in my mind, is like, and I don't know why Blair Witch Project wasn't scary, because the first scary movie I saw when I was younger was Paranormal Activity, and I cried myself.
We never did talk about that one yet.
Cried myself to sleep, but that's because I definitely am on the side of like reality where I believe in ghosts and demons. And see, that's I don't know why Blair Witch didn't freak me out as much as I thought it would. And even like American Horror Story, Roanoke, whatever, season 8 or something, Roanoke, yeah, that was terrifying. Terrifying.
See, still only ever seen the first season and then 1984.
Yeah, and that one was absolutely bone chilling. I had to leave the lights on, terrifying for me. But Blair Witch, I don't know, it just didn't. It was like Halloween. When I watched Halloween for the first time, I was like, meh.
Yeah.
I don't know if people build it up too much.
Which one did you watch?
The first one. And then we went to the newest one in theaters too. I don't know if people build up scary movies too much that are really popular,
Well,
and then it doesn't affect me.
Like what we had talked about though is like if you look at a vast majority of the horror movie franchises or even horror movies, the most realistic one really is Halloween. I mean, someone goes crazy young, escapes, goes crazy again. Like that's a pretty realistic thing where it's like I could see that happening. Now, obviously, a lot of the extra stuff about it, about being superhuman stuff, that I agree with is a little more like,
It's just another take on it.
yeah.
I mean, if that's how, like, when the second 101 Dalmatians then be considered a horror movie because Cruella de Vil goes crazy and then she goes normal, goes to prison, gets reformed, comes out, fine, and then she wants to murder a bunch of puppies and turn them into a coat again.
Well, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
That's
I chalk it up to a horror movie.
Yeah, like is
just
that
like
like
that,
a
I'm
little?
never
Is that
watching
like
it
a
again.
little kid horror movie? Like a woman wants to turn your puppies into a coat?
Yeah.
Technically, yeah, that probably fits under the umbrella.
You
Yes.
look at so many of those movies, and really, horror movie.
Yeah.
One
Well, I
Dalmatians.
mean,
I mean,
Par-
it's whatever really scares
Beauty
you.
and
Paranormal
the
Activity.
Beast, okay, you see that thing?
The Beast?
The Beast? Yeah, yeah, because that's normal. Okay.
What's he talking about?
I have no
I was
idea.
talking about
He's
how,
got
like,
off the rails
You
tonight.
go off that way, you know. How many of the other Disney movies are?
Oh,
But
all
it's
of them.
weird,
Horror
like,
movies.
All of
I
them
never
are.
pictured that
A
as-
mermaid that grows legs and walks on the land,
I
On the land?
That
then
never
goes downstairs,
scarred me as a
can't talk, and
child.
she's being chased by Ursula, this giant squid. That's horrifying.
Something that scarred me as a child
Fair enough.
was Hunchback of Notre Dame, and not because of his like deformed like body. It was because of how people treated him.
Oh,
so
they were
badly.
so mean to him.
I couldn't watch that movie without being so physically upset. My mom would have to turn it off because they were so mean. Even a cartoon, and that in my eyes as a kid, that was the scariest thing I'd ever seen, was people being that mean to someone. That was my horror.
I'm not gonna lie. I was shown the movie It when I was like 2 or 3.
God no.
Let me tell you, clowns. I would throw up at the sight of. Like, didn't matter
I
where.
would throw up
I
at the
just
sight of.
instantly.
Oh, another
Fair
one
enough,
that freaked
fair
me
enough.
out was the Lemony Snicket, what's it, Unfortunate Events. I was terrified of leeches because those leeches that like ate
Oh.
that entire family if you fell in the water.
Yep.
To this day, if I get a leech on me, no, I'm done. I can't deal with leeches because they ate people. Like they put that banana peel in the water in that one scene,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, and then they ate
they
the.
ate.
Is it, I think, their
they ate
aunt?
the aunt. Yeah, yeah. Mm-mm.
Good old Jim Carrey. Better
Yeah.
to him.
I mean,
Okay.
it's a great
See you
movie,
later.
but
But Paranormal Activity though.
Okay, back to
That movie though. The first time it's like, oh, it's a good movie, kind of scary. Second one was
No, the second one's the worst.
second
With
one.
the pool filter.
Oh, the second. Yeah,
What's a pool cleaner?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
whatever
But
it
still,
is.
the second one, the end of it, I just remember being like,
Oh, the
yeah,
ending was Jesus.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
I felt
terrifying.
like the second one had too much downtime though, for the most part.
That's what got me.
Yeah, it's because there'd be like,
It did.
10 minutes of just
Don't they
nothing.
kill the dog?
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah.
Not cool.
Well, I mean, I don't think the dog died, but it
It goes
definitely
downstairs and you hear like
no. Well, it gets slammed down, but it definitely
It's
didn't.
safe to consider it dead.
Oh,
It might
I mean,
not
I
be,
would
but
assume
it's
it
the
is,
safest
but
bet
it's
to say
yeah.
it, unfortunately.
Well,
probably did.
what got me is when the girl comes down the stairs, she clearly is definitely something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
Possessed.
walks right behind her husband and gets him real good.
Yeah.
It's like
gets him real good.
It's like, oh no.
No, can I tell you the scariest thing that happened to me after watching that movie? So the first time I watched that movie, thank you. First time I watched that movie, when it first came out, my friend rented it like the day before Halloween, so everyone was gone at her house because they were all at parties. We were downstairs watching it. I was crying into a pillow, and she had a candle lit in her bedroom, like the whole movie. And when a candle is lit, the wax melts into like a liquidy, you can move it around, all that stuff. So after the movie, I'm describing the scene. So after the movie, my friend, shout out to Tatum Doppler, she gets up off the couch, and goes into her bedroom, and it's still pitch black, and blows the candle out, but way too aggressively. And it was a cherry flavored candle. Okay, cherry flavored. It's red. She blows out the candle, and this red wax goes all over her face and her clothes. She bloody murder screams after this movie. I run into her bedroom, flip the light on, I look at her, and there's red wax dripping all off her face and like her hands and her shirt. I started crying. I was so scared. Oh my God. I thought she was murdered. I thought someone was hiding in there until the movie was over. Someone was hiding in there, and they were going to kill Tatum and I. And the night just ended us calling like the candle company, seeing if she was gonna be poisoned and died, but she didn't die, obviously.
pretty anticlimactic.
It was pretty anticlimactic. She ended up calling Walmart and asked them if it was poisonous.
So, cherry flavored,
Yeah, it was like a cherry vanilla, but the candle,
red.
like
It was a-
scented.
yeah.
Not.
But
See,
the
I heard
candle
flavor
was
and I
red.
thought like you knew that because you were like eating it or something. I
No,
went
it
down a
tasted
different.
like wax. She described it as
You're the
wax.
only one that thought that
Yeah.
was happening.
100%.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, yeah.
So did you hear any of the story, or did you hear
Oh, it was
flavored?
horrifying.
Okay.
Was-
I heard flavored, and you just thought she was eating the candle.
To this day, that
I wouldn't
was
have even screamed. I would have just
so scary.
ran.
It was
I'd have
so
been gone.
scary. I can't
Agreed.
do paranormal activities. I've only seen the first and second. I've never seen any of the other ones.
Oh,
There's some pretty
there
scary
was
ones.
one scene, the third one.
Is that the room of nuns, or is
No, that's
that the fourth one?
Paranormal activity.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like the
I've
third
only
or
seen.
fourth one.
I mean, it's not the third one is like the grandparents or something.
Yo, it's the room full of old people.
Yes, that's
Just
yep.
yeah.
Oh,
it
it
just-
might have been the third
think it's
one.
The third one I remember
Third one
is
that
like
was
there's one
got me.
scene. I don't know if it's the grandma or the grandpa or what, but one of them just folds himself in half.
Ew.
I mean,
I think that's
It's
yeah.
good sound effects.
I think
Right?
Solid.
I think the third one is the one that I remember just being like, yeah, this is a no for me.
yeah, because it was something like I guess I don't remember the premise for sure, but I don't like the kids went and stayed with the grandparents, and it just
We found a room full of grandparents, just old folks.
That's like Hereditary when they go up into the.
Oh, well, that's we've
Oh,
been
we're
trying to avoid
You know,
Yeah,
you
we're
specific
right
details.
back to Hereditary. That we finally.
That was after the movie. People would do this, and I couldn't get the image out of my head.
Okay, and to be fair though, it's more like
Yeah, it's faster. It's definitely faster.
it's. Dad's probably loving this right now.
He's just imitating the.
No, we had talked about how when him and me watch it for my first time,
Yeah.
and you guys came home, and
No.
Reno's, or Reno knows instantly what it is and runs, and how you're like, "What you watching?" And Hereditary, oh my god, bolting to the room screaming.
Well, those images just stay in your. And now those actors, unfortunately, like however great they are, like the lead boy is the main high schooler in that Jumanji series, that new Jumanji series.
But you just know one.
I can't see him differently now, though. And then like this.
Well, he's also in that.
Okay.
He's also in that new movie, Old, with M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, I can't see him differently. And that mom is in a lot of stuff. I can't think of it now, but
Well, she's in Knives Out.
that daughter is the
Knives
creepy
Out.
one of the is the creepiest one in the entire movie for me. That daughter,
obviously,
that
with
clucking, ooh.
disability. I know.
Clucking.
It is really, really scary. No.
Yeah, we've been trying to avoid Hereditary for the most part.
If you're talking about horror.
Well, we already went into it. We said it was the scariest movie, and then we kind of got off of it.
I wouldn't categorize that as the scariest movie, but
What about Saw? Did you guys talk about Saw?
no, we have not.
Okay, let's talk about Saw. One time when I was 10 years old, my friend pinned me down and made me watch Saw 2. The only one I've seen, apparently 2 is a theme with me, but I've only seen Saw 2. And it was the one where, like, they would sew keys in them and have to cut them out of each other. Or they had to, like, what are you doing? Or they had to, like, cut the fat out of their body to weigh the machine, otherwise they would die. And they had, like, that jaw machine or rip. No. Jigsaw's just... But I think the reason I don't find Jigsaw itself scary is because I watch scary movies. The Scary Movie franchise.
And it's in there, yeah.
And they made him stupid.
Yeah, they make them pretty dumb.
They make
in there.
him really dumb. So then
I didn't think Saw was that scary. It was just more like, oh, what would I do in that situation?
No, you really just watch it to see some wild things.
Some of
like,
the wildest things you
Like
could
a
think of.
cheese grater for humans.
basically, you just kind of watch to see. Because they never make it out of it.
No.
Not once.
I think Saw 3 was the one where the girl's like chained by the neck and she's in a like it's like a tank and the guy has the chance to like he can cut out I think it's a key in his forearm, or if he doesn't, like she's gonna drown and it like slowly is filling up and they're like, you know, Jigsaw comes on and it's like you have another 30 seconds before, and he like stands there and doesn't do it. It's like you have chosen wrongly, and then he dies like 10 minutes later.
You
know,
chose.
in a horrible
poorly.
way.
What is this?
Saw
Like
the franchise.
Yeah.
oh, just.
I think this
franchise.
was like number 3 though that
Like they
happens.
just come out. Oh, they came out with Jigsaw.
Yeah, there's a lot of them movies.
You know the first one, this would have to be a fact check, but the first one was just someone's college project, and they just filmed it in one room, and that was legit their senior capstone project was the first Saw.
They
Yeah, I'm
did a
pretty sure
damn-
the first movie was a student movie.
It was just
Did a
student. It
damn
was
good
just a
job on
student
it.
Film, like that was their.
I think I've
Senior-
only seen like the first or second one. But
There was no budget for it, nothing. It was all one room, like at the college. I'm pretty sure that was their thing.
Yeah,
which
it's
one is
impressive.
it? Like the guy in like almost like the shower room.
Yeah,
Like
it's
handcuffed.
yeah,
That's the one I've
yeah,
seen.
that's
That's the
one
first
that-
one, right?
Is
Yeah.
that the first
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I've seen the original.
Well, you gotta. That's the best one.
The ending of it though too, it gets everyone most of the time they see that it's like, oh my god, like really, you know, because I think the keys are in a place that it's much different from what I remember, where it's like you have to cut off your ankle to get out.
Yeah.
And of course, the guy goes ham on his foot.
Isn't it the scary movie? He cuts off his wrong foot.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's Shaq. I think it's Shaq who does.
Shaq,
And then
yeah.
it's like you have to make a free throw, and he keeps like shooting, misses like 4 or 5.
It's Dr. Phil that cuts off his wrong foot.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And then like Shaq tries to shoot it into the basket.
Oh my god, I love scary movies.
Oh, they're so
That
good.
was such a great. Those are.
not scary to me.
Well, yeah, because they had just a little jigsaw right out on a tricycle.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
funny.
Incredible.
I love that series.
Anna Faris is super funny in that series.
Oh my god,
Give
she's
me-
incredible.
my hand. No, my better hand.
I think that's why Scream isn't
Cindy,
scary to me either.
Your TV's leaking.
Because that's how I first learned to scream. And
Exactly.
my
It's
mom
their
loved the
scary
movie, so after I saw that, I watched the original. I'm kind of like, this isn't funny.
Yeah.
What is this?
Yeah, what the hell is this?
What is
Scream?
this?
Not a bad movie though.
What is it?
Scream.
No, it's really
Not a
good.
bad
What's
movie.
the other? What's the
You're gonna die in 7 days.
The Ring?
The Ring?
Yeah.
That
We're
one.
gonna have to put up a trigger
horrifying.
warning for that one. That was
Sorry.
horrible. We might just have to cut that out.
Let me tell you,
altogether.
the scene in that movie that gets me is when she comes out of the TV.
See, but that's what I was getting at. Scary movie, in a sense, not wrecked it, but made it not scary for me because then what's her face
I think
just
they-
whoops up on the
Yeah.
well girl.
Brenda. Scary.
Brenda. Yeah.
That's what I was saying. Cindy, your TV's leaking.
Yeah, it's just it doesn't make it scary anymore. They dumb it
Yeah.
down.
Or
Especially
with,
when Charlie Sheen.
I was gonna say I was literally just about to say
Yeah.
when Charlie Sheen's in it for like what was it, like War of the Worlds or whatever is what they're making
the
fun
Yeah.
of.
aliens and they're
Yeah.
peeing out of their fingers.
Right.
Yeah.
He takes a whole bottle of Viagra. And how he dies, he's just a pillar on the street now.
I forget about that.
Want to go watch these now?
A cat gets attached to his dong, and he's like trying to shake it off.
I gotta go back and watch those. Those are just funny.
Well, we got a lot of movies we either need to rewatch or
Like I was saying,
people
I think we
need
need
to-
to make a TBD top 100 must see.
Yep. A lot of movies people need to watch, a lot of movies we still need to watch, and
Yeah.
boys feel like we're coming to the end of our
I do-
horror
Yeah.
movie
Definitely was
extravaganza.
Say
The
what
horror
was-
movie one, yeah.
Yeah.
What was supposed to be more lax podcast turned out to be more horrors.
Yeah, apparently.
Scary
jumped.
horrors.
Scary
We're still on
stories,
fears.
Yeah,
yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
We just moved on to another week of, but this one is something people can actually go check out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mentioned a few good movies, so
Quite a number, yeah.
Anything else?
I have nothing.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
thank you.
Good night.
Bye.